Attention Minnesota Wild and Cup Snake fans. We're doing one final Cup Snake at the Minnesota Wild game on February the 15th. We're going to drink a ton of beverages, stack them up, and see how long it goes. You guys absolutely know the drill. My water bottle just fell over. That was loud as fuck. Anyways, final Cup Snake, February 15th. Go to our pinned tweet or go to the link in the bio on any of our social sites. It's also on the events page of our website, 10ktakesmn.com. And also, this is a nationally broadcasted game. It's going to be on TNT. We're going to hopefully get a camera up there. We're going to try to work some of our connections, get the camera up there, try to get this one to go trending. And once again, it's the last one we're ever going to do. You know, we're going to start investing in new ideas. So once again, final 10,000 Takes Cup Snake, February 15th against the Colorado Avalanche at 8:30 p.m. Get your tickets using the link in our pinned tweet or the link in any of our socials, or our website, 10ktakesmn.com. On this episode of It's a Bit, we're joined by Joseph Juice Sutton. He's an in-game host for the Twins, the Wild. He's also a local actor and comedian. We're going to give our bits of the week as always, including the recap of Hockey Day Minnesota, and end the show with finishing the sentence. So all that and more on It's a Bit.
You're listening to the It's a Bit podcast presented by 10,000 Takes.
You just made the roster.
Janine Empire called 10,000 Takes.
Fucking like that?
Hey, you know those guys that do 10,000 takes? They do some funny bits, right?
They're good. They're funny dudes. Yeah, 10,000 take.
All right, welcome back to another episode of It's a Bit presented by 10,000 Takes. My name is Bossman, joined by producer Cam and journalist Jake. Just came off of a cold yet fun weekend at Hockey Day. Let's get right into bit of the week, because that's my bit, is the drunk at high school sporting events bit. So we went to Hockey Day Minnesota this year, courtesy of the Minnesotan. Our friend Corey hooked us up with some tickets, and we got to spend the day, at least on Saturday, at Hockey Day. We drank some beers. We did some shots at the ice bar, which was pretty neat. We didn't get very cold watching the games, especially that kind of heartbreaking loss for White Bear Lake at the end there, which is kind of bananas that happened looking back at it, but it's pretty inebriated at that point. And, it was just a blast of a day. And we weren't very cold, though, because of the first two reasons I listed. We drank beers in the tent, then we had the shots at the ice bar.
The ice bar was really neat. That was pretty exciting. I think it was real ice.
Yeah, if you're wondering what it was literally a bar made out of ice. That's literally what it was.
Yeah.
They had like the design edged in it, like the Hockey Day design edged in the front of it. They had 3 bottles of shots. They had Fireball, Yag, and Bailey's, which is a very weird trio.
Yeah.
About the scope of spectrum of shots, but
it worked. Did the trick.
Did the trick.
Well, because I think we went inside. The tent was very cool. It had a stage in it. They had all these, they had like the Minnesotan had a pop-up shop in there. You had all these different bars. It was booming in there. It was warm and everything.
Yeah.
But sometimes the bar got really, there was a huge line. So we're like, let's just go to the ice bar. Fuck it. Let's just go outside. There's no line out there.
Between games was the worst.
Yeah, between periods, between games.
It's just like getting up at a professional sporting event and going to the concessions. Like, you fucked up.
Yeah,
if you're getting up during that time, but you need a beer, you got to piss. It is what it is.
Because it was absolutely like sold out for both, at least the Hermantown Mahatma Dai game, Matamidai, to Minnesotans, and then Hermantown White Bear Lake. It was completely sold out in the stands, which was incredible. But yeah, that all flooded into the tent.
Hermantown played twice?
No, they played Matamidai, and then it was White Bear Lake and
Hill Murray.
Oh, you said Hermantown. I was confused.
You fucked up, Jake.
Well, Hermantown and Mahatma Dai
And then
play.
you said Hermantown and White Bear.
Oh, my bad.
I'm just doing
2 Hermantowns.
cleanup.
Just doing my job.
Well, they should be. There's a debate that there could be in AA, so maybe they should have been played.
By the way, Matamidai's jerseys were horrendous. I'm sorry if you're a Muhammadai fan or whatever.
Oh, yeah, they were not good.
They were tough. It was like this gradient, light blue to purple. And I wasn't feeling it. Compared to Hermantown's kick-ass light blue, baby blue jerseys, those were sweet.
Yeah.
Matamidai just didn't even try.
I was going to say I was up north last weekend, so I wasn't there, but every bar that I was at had the game on, or had the hockey games on, and there's a lot of shit that gets thrown Hermantown's way, but those jerseys were fucking
clean.
sexy.
Oh, they were awesome. Yeah. We were saying that, but Mathmadai's jerseys, they looked like the Vikings on ice, and it was not playing.
It was tough.
Well,
it looked like Minnesota State Mankato from Wish.com.
Yeah, exactly.
I realized, for those of you who listened last week and saw the graphic, I might not have had the best jersey picks, and left hand up, I admit that. But all the jerseys I chose in that draft were twice as good as Matamidai's jerseys on Saturday. So
I don't know how they went away from that. They have a classic, like, what do they have? A yellow, kind of navy blue and white combination that they usually have, and bright yellow. They usually have a cool jersey set up, and I don't know why they try to be different. For Hockey Day, they want to stick out, which you got to appreciate their efforts.
Dude,
but I don't know.
There's an NBA team who has alternative jerseys that look like that. I can't remember which team it is. It's like a gradient blue to purple. Cam, you would know this. Is it the Spurs?
Is it the Bucks?
No, is it the Hornets?
It might be the Hornets.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah,
But it's like aqua.
it's tough.
Didn't the Bucks have some weird jersey that made no sense? They had a combination.
They have a blue one. Don't
They have a purple. Well, they do have a blue one, which sucks.
Yeah.
Why? Like, you're green. Like,
Yeah.
I think I'm all for teams, going for like new looks, but be within the realm of your color scheme,
Right.
A little bit.
Don't diverge too much.
Too far away from your color scheme. You're looking like a completely different team. What are you doing?
Yeah.
NBA jerseys really do throw me off. Like, have you guys seen the Utah Jazz new jerseys this year?
No.
They look like a bottle of 5 Hour Energy.
Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense. And then, like, the All-Star jerseys for the NBA this year, they, like, kind of copied that but changed the color. I was like, this is the stupidest thing ever.
Yeah.
Real quick, while we're on that topic, sorry. Did you see the All-Star jerseys for the NHL?
I did.
Oh,
Yeah,
my
yeah.
God.
What?
Beautiful.
Yeah,
They're good.
I was gonna say, if you're going down the route of that they suck,
No.
I would have had a disagreement.
You would have punched him in the face.
Yeah, because I saw I haven't seen a lot of them, but I saw like a giveaway for a Kaprizov one, and that's one of them I saw, and it was unreal. They're really cool.
Breaking news, the massive scale may or may not be back this week.
Yeah, whatever happened to that? Cam?
Yeah,
I don't even know.
Matamidai's jerseys on the L.
I did fuck up, but that is true. That's a sneak peek.
And then the NHL All-Star jerseys for this
That's a-
year
that's
on the
a-
W.
I'm
Massive W.
Let me pull them up.
Yeah, so
22,
you should pull them up. But I
23.
know I saw one like a Kaprizov
They're
one
hot.
already. They're pretty sexy. The NHL has always done a good job, I think.
This
with the
picture
All-Star
can't
jerseys.
be accurate. Oh, this was the 2022 All-Star game.
Yeah,
That's
you
when
need
they-
the 2023.
That's when
right.
they did. That's when they did gold and white. Yeah,
Yeah.
these are sweet. Kind of the pink and baby blue.
Yeah, I saw the Central one, or no, but I think they have Eastern and
They
Western.
have them for every conference, don't they?
Well, for every division. So I've seen the
Yeah, these ones.
yes
these ones.
So essentially, yep. So what every year they do. Well, in the recent years they've done the 3-on-3 format for each division, but back in the day, see the ones I've seen, I saw the reverse retro NHL All-Star Game jerseys, because back in the day they used to do just straight up East-West.
Yeah.
Like the NBA All-Star Game does, and like the NFL, well, now it's dead. They're doing flag football, but NHL used to just do straight up Eastern-Western All-Star Game, just normal.
Yeah,
now it's
and
all these 3-on-3.
I kind of dig this
things.
theme because it's in Florida, right? It's in Fort Lauderdale.
Or Sunrise, Florida. Where the Florida
somewhere
Panthers
in Florida.
live.
Yeah, where they play. And the picture came out today of Duhaime, I think it was, Boldy, and Connor Dewar. They're all in Florida, and they got like dreadlocks. And we did the Twitter poll, or not? We did like the Twitter response thing. Name who these guys are. Wrong answers only. We got some very good answers to who these three are. Did you guys see that picture?
Oh, yeah. Yep. I saw that. Oh, yeah.
They all have like fucking dreadlocks. It's great.
Yeah.
It's great.
When was that picture taken?
I have no. I think today. I think it was on someone's Instagram story.
So they literally were on a beat. Oh, yeah, because they're
It's the All-Star weekend.
Yeah, that's right.
That's
and they're
what
in the
I'm
All-Star.
saying.
That makes sense.
Where is it again?
I keep forgetting. It's in Sunrise, Florida, where the Florida Panthers play.
Okay.
Which I think is just outside of Miami, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Like right by the Everglades or something.
This photo. Yeah, it's Duhaime, Dewar, and Boldy.
Wow.
And they
Pants are
look
tight.
They all have some shit going on with their hair.
Well, they're on the beach.
Boldy has dreads. He has the beads in his fucking hair.
So they're not like all in the All-Star Game festivities, are they? Like they just go down there with like their buddies and party,
know.
or what?
I thought they were all. I mean, so who's in that again? It's
Duhaime, Boldy, and Dewar.
I don't think they're in the All-Star game.
I don't think they are either.
They must just be going down there with
But it is,
Kaprizov.
yeah, it is a break.
And it's a break, so
Yeah.
might as well. And it's in Sunrise,
the
Florida.
fuck outta here.
Florida. So, and yeah, I was gonna say the temperature here is like -50. So, I mean, take the opportunity to go on a break and a vacation.
We still don't play for what, another week?
yeah, we have like a week off.
which is strange.
there are games happening this entire week. I've noticed fantasy hockey.
Well, there's a
Yeah.
game. There's games tonight, but don't the All-Star festivities start tomorrow?
There's
or
another game
something?
tomorrow.
Oh, and then
There's
Thursday
one game
it
tomorrow.
starts?
Then I think it's the weekend. There's nothing.
Yeah, I think Thursday through.
It's more of an
Sunday.
all-star weekend, but the Wild always seem to get like a break. like more than a weekend. It's always
Yeah, so I think what's happening with each team I think does get a week off. I think the teams that are playing tonight probably don't play till like next Wednesday or something.
Got it.
While the Wild probably will play right away Monday or whenever the hell they play. They'll play
sense.
earlier.
But anyways, back to my bit, the drunk at high school sporting events bit. Jake, you found puke in a porta potty.
Yeah, so actually, Wags was the person to initially find it, and then I had to pee. He's like, I want to see this puke. I'm curious, actually. I want to see if this is real. And he's like, it's the far right porta potty. Okay, I remember that. So I go in there, and I'm like, I'm going to document this to see, and just if this is real, I got to document this. So I took a video and walked into the porta potty, and I thought like it was going to be on the toilet. That's what I thought Zane had said. So I'm like, oh, nothing's here, and I look down as I'm peeing. Oh, yep, it's frozen on the floor. It looked like oatmeal.
And you're stepping
looked
on
like
it?
oatmeal. Yeah, I was. It's frozen, so I thankfully this was in a porta potty.
There's a layer of ice now, so you're good.
There's a layer of ice. I think it was, and I have thick boots on, so I don't think it wasn't fresh. I don't think so that's good. But
Okay.
yeah, there was puke on the floor of this porta potty. Like it was just frozen over. It looked like someone just dumped oatmeal in there.
Yeah.
It was very
and
disgusting,
I remember walking by the porta potties later, and some guy walks out. He's like, "Someone fucking puked in there."
Yeah, I think it happened.
Hashtag high school sports.
I think people were commenting in that video saying, "Oh, I think I heard the guy puking over there." But then I saw other comments of people hearing other people puke. So it's probably happened in several of the porta potties. There was a lot of porta potties.
It was definitely the night before, because I remember seeing Snapchats of the concert, because every night they had like live music that the tent stayed open. And it looked like a gong show there, at least on Friday night. I bet it was even worse on Saturday.
It got crazy.
I'm not surprised that Saturday morning we stumbled into some frozen puke in one of those porta potties based on some of the imagery I saw from that tent.
Can you imagine the shit that they had to go through to be able to sell alcohol at a high school event?
In a park?
Like most colleges don't even serve booze right now.
Well, yeah, because I think what happened is, it's technically not in a high school facility because they're at a public park.
True.
So they can just get
like a temporary liquor license.
Yeah, temporary liquor license or whatever. They just obviously, remember, they wouldn't allow booze inside of the hockey rink area.
Right, the stands.
The stands and seating area, which makes sense.
Really?
But yeah.
So you couldn't watch a game while drinking a beer?
No, but people may or may not have allegedly still just brought it out there.
There's a possibility that certain parties snuck things in their coat. Purchased booze.
Or just walked in and no one noticed.
Yeah, or
even though there was an alleged sign that said no booze allowed in the seating
This
area.
is all alleged. We're not talking about us.
Parties.
I saw one of my friends, a buddy of mine, walked in with a beer.
Yeah, his name was
But
Jake.
I didn't.
His name was Jake.
No, that could be anybody.
Yeah,
There's a million Jakes around. So.
A few of my final points on hockey day. By the way, it was an absolute blast. Like, people talk about how miserable it is here in the winter. You can make a pretty fun time for yourself in the winter if you choose the right events, which we got a whole ton of them lined up for the next few weekends. But Eli from State of Skull, the most famous person at 10,000 Takes, joined us, or at least he wants to be the most famous person here. He was wearing fucking joggers, ankle socks, and tennis shoes.
What the fuck?
No wonder he left early. He thought we were going to spend the whole fucking day in the tent. You don't spend all that money to go to hockey day
and not watch
and buy relatively expensive beers to sit in a tent.
Yeah, and miss out on seeing a really cool spectacle of outdoor hockey at an outdoor rink like they had
in the state of hockey.
In the state of hockey,
very unique situation.
Because he was like shivering at one point in the stands, and I'm like, dude,
I never saw him again after
what
like
the
4.
Hell? Yeah, I think he was always in the tent, and then he just left. He said, "Yeah, my girlfriend's picking me up." We're like, "What the fuck are you doing?"
Well, I don't want to sit and drink beer in a tent all day. Okay, that's not the main attraction.
Well, but why? But then I think that's what he expected to do.
Yeah,
because the way he dressed, he looked like he was just, it was like 40 degrees.
I don't think he had gloves.
I don't think he did either.
He had a winter hat. I think that's about and a jacket. And I think that's about the maximum amount of effort he put into dressing warm that day.
He looked like come spring here in a couple months, you'll see people coming out and going for walks at parks and stuff. He looked like he was going out at the middle of a March day, 40 degrees, spring, snow was melting. That's how he was dressed, and it was like 0 degrees.
Yeah, it was
moronic.
Yeah, with the wind chill, it was definitely below zero. Real feel.
He never dresses appropriately to any event that we ever do.
Although, you know he's going to have to dress thick for something, the paintball gauntlet, which we have not forgotten about.
No.
It's probably going to happen more in the spring now that I think about it.
No, he'll still wear his like expensive joggers and
His Lulus.
and wear his quarter zip that he got from a Blue Cross Blue Shield charity open or something.
Well, we ran into Ryan Carter when we were just kind of walking around, and he was ripping on us because a lot of us, the rest of us, had jeans and like boots on, and he goes, "You guys look like you're going to a country concert." I go, "What about him? Looks like he's got an insurance meeting today."
Yeah,
Pointed
I know,
at Eli.
seriously.
And he's like, "Yeah, buddy, you're gonna get cold."
Yeah.
It's like, and then when Carter left, Eli proceeded to be like, "Is he married?"
Yeah, we're like,
Started saying some sussy things.
we're like, what? Why are you interested?
Yeah.
I think he is married. He has kids too.
Jackie,
so
you didn't do the bibs bit?
I did not do the
Oh,
bibs
you
bit
should've.
because
Yeah.
I was worried that I would be in a scenario where I'd be in that tent for a while, and then I would
Get really
start
hot.
profusely sweating.
And
And
they're
I was
thick,
I was
too.
fine.
Bibs are like thick, like at least my bibs I have, like
Yeah.
to walk around in them a lot, like
Yeah.
it kind of suck.
Oh, Dubnik was there too.
Yeah, he was. Devin Dubnik, we ran into him.
Potential future podcast guest.
Yeah, potential. We'll see what happened. A connection was potentially allegedly made
Allegedly,
with Devin Dubnik.
and
but
there was
we'll see.
allegedly people who brought beers in the stands.
Yes,
This is all
by certain
speculation
parties.
at this point.
Yeah, this
but
is not
a lot of speculation.
this is just speculation. They
Our
might have just been
sources say-
Cokes or Mountain Dews.
Yeah,
You know,
Ian
it
Rappaport.
is what it is.
It's like it actually kills me every time they're like, so-and-so signs with so-and-so per source.
yeah.
Like, what does that mean?
yeah.
Per source, trust me, bro.
The the per TMZ bit that's going around with Margot Robbie.
Yep. Dude, hey, Ryan Wright.
Ryan Wright.
I reported it from the 10K account. Ryan Wright is reportedly dating A-list actress Margot Robbie.
You heard it here first.
Yep.
It's per TMZ.
She's into thick boys.
It's happening.
All right, let's go you, journalist Jake. What's your bit?
I probably have done this in the past, but it probably has to be resurfaced. This is the Jackass Guy bit.
Wait, pause. Remember when you used to give me shit for redoing bits? It's just funny how things change, isn't it?
Yeah, but I don't know. But the thing is, I don't know for sure if I've done this before.
I mean, you've done
Party Boy
Party
bit.
Boy. I guess that's different.
It's different. So I don't think. But you did a bit one time, Calm Down bit, where I'm like, I know we did that bit 100%. Like
Yeah,
this
I'll
bit, I don't
probably
know
do
if
it
we've done
again.
it. But I think this is just very.
We need a bit database.
I know. I was gonna say we need to like. Yeah.
If there's
we
any
could almost
super
go
fans
back.
out there, please create a Twitter account that just tweets out everyone's bits each
Yeah.
week.
Like, literally listen back to-
or make a spreadsheet for us. We'll love you forever.
Listen back
True.
to all of our episodes. The bit commenter.
Yep.
That would be insane.
Just tweet out bits or lines.
the bit database, the random
I
bit
don't-
generator.
I don't know if the show's that big yet, but one day we got to have someone who listens that is willing to put in that sacrifice. And
Yeah.
you'll be handsomely rewarded for it.
You should with Mountain Dews.
Yep. Jake,
Yes.
Jake will lock
We're
you
not
out of your.
sponsored.
Jake will lock you out of your own house.
Yeah, I might.
Yeah.
I was gonna say or give you a Baja Blast. That's a Eli State of School reference too. I
The
don't
most famous guy at 10K.
know. But this is the Jackass Guy bit. So when we were at the, I don't know if a video will be surfacing about this soon, but when we were at Hockey Day, Minnesota, some kids were playing with these huge fucking like ice snowballs things, and I decided to go down there and I'm like, hey, throw it at me. Just throw it at me as hard as you can. And a couple of the kids were hesitant, but one kid was like, yep, do it. And I woke up with a bruise on my arm and my leg, wondering what the fuck happened. I literally woke up like, what? I forgot, like, why am I bruised on my arm?
So that kid's dad was standing right next to me, and he was laughing hysterically
right
the
there.
entire time.
Like I got that bruise right there. Like, and there's a few on my leg. I'm like, what the fuck is that? I'm like, oh shit, yeah. I went up to those kids. I may or
Please.
may not have had a few cocktails at this
And
point.
You deserve that.
You basically asked children to assault you with snow.
Yeah, so it's just I literally just and it was like negative or 0 degrees out, so it wasn't like soft snow at all. It was
These are ice balls.
Yeah, and literally just hit me. One hit me in the groin area, and one hit me in the fucking arm and the leg. But I think at one point where I just wanted them maybe to throw it once at me, but this kid kept throwing it at me.
Yeah.
Like 2 or 3 times. Like, oh, I created a monster.
When we ask all of our guests how many fourth graders they could fend off in self-defense, everyone says a bunch. The answer to Jake is 1.
Well, there's a few.
One with ice balls.
They might have been younger than that as well, but I took it. I was sitting there, but it did hurt like a fucking motherfucker.
Yeah, like I said,
but
that kid's dad was sitting right next to me, and he thought it was hilarious. I thought it was me and him were basically laughing together at what you were doing.
I'm glad he thought it was hilarious because it's not like the kids were doing it like just randomly, like they were like these out of control crazy kids. I asked them to do it. I maybe have damaged them for life because now they're gonna go to school the next week and think that was fun. I'm going to do it to this kid at recess.
You're like the opposite of a Karen. You're not yelling at kids for doing bad shit. You're
yes.
encouraging them to do bad shit.
And I want to endure the pain. And I don't care. It's funny. I think I thought of this because I'm like, I've done this before. This is kind of a trend for me. I don't, because I'm fucking manic. But like back in June after a Twins game when I decided to wear that hockey helmet to the game, and I had that Philly guy smash me in the head.
Yeah.
I was going to say, I'm extremely hesitant to ask you this because it's probably a very deep, dark place. But what went through your head? Like, yeah, I should walk up to these kids and have them throw ice balls at me.
I don't know. I mean, I allegedly may or may not have had a couple Mountain Dews or a couple shots of Bailey's at this point.
In the stands?
No, probably no, not in the stands.
No, the ice bar. We've been over this.
The ice bar. The Bailey shots were at the ice bar for sure, and I didn't really want to partake in that per se, but I did allegedly, and we went to the stands. May or may not have been with booze or not. And I think I saw kids playing with these, the ice chunks or whatever, and I'm like, what if I go down there and ask that kid to just hit me with it?
The number of may or may nots and allegedly this is turning into Law and Order.
This is turning into a courtroom right now.
Cam, what's your bit?
My bit is the "You're Not Invincible" bit. So while you guys were at Hockey Day this weekend, I was up north with my family snowmobiling. We stayed at Cregan's, so we were in Brainerd on Gold Lake, and you go out. You guys know how it is. You go out of town on the weekend. It's just a bender, and like. I'm hesitant to say like when you get old because I'm literally only 22.
Yeah.
But you think you're invincible. You're like, oh, I could just do whatever. I'm still fucking hurting. Like we were riding vintage snowmobiles too, so my back fucking kills. And we closed the bar down on Friday night, and I'm walking back to the cabin, and I fell on ice, and it was like something out of a cartoon. Like I slammed my head on the cement, like it was bad. So like. I hurt more from a weekend of snowmobiling than I ever thought was possible.
You need to do the hockey guy bit more often, where you wear the helmet. Remember when me and you were drinking beers wearing the helmets watching the Wild game? You need to just do that all the time.
Essentially, I should have that on at all times.
Yeah, because then you're protected.
Yeah. Yeah, it's hell to get old, Cam.
I hit that age about 5 years ago where I realized I wasn't invincible. But then it got to the point where I just start complaining about everything now.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like I woke up this morning with a sore back. Didn't do anything physical yesterday. Didn't do anything physical the day before. I just had a sore back today.
I will say I am happy that I'm realizing that I'm not invincible at 22, because if it kept going for a couple years, that could mean trouble. So
there are some people in their 60s who are still who had They like are invincible. They legitimately are invincible.
And there are people that old where they'll drink like a fish.
Yeah.
And they'll want to have hangovers.
Yeah.
We're getting to an age in mid to late 20s where you're really feeling it.
Being an alcoholic.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah.
I mean, they can deal with it in a very unhealthy way.
Or a drug addict.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that was like another thing. I mean, I can link this back to, the cause, but that was like on Sunday too. My neck was in fucking so much pain. I'm like, and with the bruises, I'm like, what the fuck? And I realized I was headbanging very.
Oh yeah. Yeah, dude.
I don't even know what song was being played. It was like All the Small Things or something.
By the way, so there is a video I'm in the process of editing from a full recap of Hockey Day, and all the stuff we're talking about is actually in the video. I know for a fact the snowball video is in there, and I know for a fact the headbanging is, because there's a shot where we're in the packed tent. This was right after the final high school game. And you're headbanging. Zooch is jumping as high as he can to the beat of the music, and Andy pans to me, and I'm like crying of laughter because I'm like, the fuck is happening right now?
That was still earlier in the day too.
That was about 5 or 6 o'clock.
That was interesting. And it was an interesting situation. Also, Zooch, I remember he's like, just wait for me. I'm going to the porta potty. Okay, so I'm sitting there. And it was right outside of the tent. There was a big TV where you could watch the current game that was on. It was the White Bear Lake Hill game. And I'm sitting there, and I look down at my phone. I look up, and he still hasn't come around. He said he was going to meet me right exactly where I was. And I'm like, where the fuck is he? And I look over, and he's just standing halfway between the tent and the stadium. So he's kind of a ways out, just staring up at the screen, watching the game on the screen, just stumbling back and forth. Like looking up at clearly hammered.
When they had plenty of screens inside the warm tent.
Yeah, and I told him to meet me right where I was, right next to the door. And I was like, where the fuck did he go? I look over, and he's just standing there alone, just stumbling, just staring up at the screen like he hasn't seen a TV before. Like he was that fucked up. Yeah, he was like a little kid
in Best Buy.
Yeah, and then I think I went up to him. He's like, "Where the fuck were you?" I'm like, "What do you mean, where the fuck was I? You went to the bathroom, and I was waiting where you told me to." Yeah, so it was a shit show.
Well,
Jesus.
I did that. So I did what you guys did 2 nights in a row, and when I came home on Sunday, I was a fucking zombie. Like you guys saw firsthand.
Yeah.
We were watching the first football game. It was halftime. I'm like, all right, boys, I'm gonna go rip a nap, and because I really wanted to watch the second game, and I didn't come back downstairs till 6 a.m. the next day.
Like, is Cam dead?
This was at 4:30.
Yeah, I thought we were gonna walk in your room and find a dead body.
Yeah, it was just decomposing.
It was bad.
You slept through championship football. You slept through
did.
the most rigged game of all time.
Yeah, allegedly.
I did.
Yeah.
A couple of rig games.
Yeah.
I was
Maybe.
dead.
The whole. If you guys find out Brock Purdy tore his UCL,
Yep.
Yeah.
tough.
That's not good.
I think that's good for him though, because if it would have been anything less, fans would have been like, "You could have played."
Yeah,
blah,
I
blah,
know.
blah."
Saying that's good for him is
Well,
pretty
that's
fun.
crazy.
Yeah, it's not in any way, but at least fans won't take it out on him.
They've had 3 quarterbacks go down now this year.
He threw
Or
for
they did.
He threw for 100%, 4 for 4.
Wow.
True.
Oh, he did. Wow.
100%.
I didn't know he threw that.
Not a lot of
little,
quarterbacks
yeah.
can say that who play
No.
a full game, other than the one quarter that Josh Johnson, who's been on
Ooh.
16 teams, played for a little bit.
Yeah, God bless his soul. He tried.
Yeah, how many? 4 quarterbacks. Technically 5 if you count the one horrendous throw McCaffrey had.
Yeah. That was
tough.
weird. That was
I
strange.
don't think anyone was in like within 25
They're-
yards of the receiver of the ball.
They almost been just better off playing McCaffrey.
Yeah.
Ugh. I mean, Josh Johnson looked okay right when he started, but then he started
Well,
collapsing,
Decomposing.
Not-
Is that what you were
decomposing.
gonna say?
Yep.
not to
He
get
did.
not to
I
get
mean,
too
figuratively.
much into the game. You can listen to Third and Forever if you want to listen to their full breakdown of the game, our NFL podcast. But the funny thing was like, they knew that Purdy couldn't throw the ball. So every time it was like, okay, he could maybe throw like a 2-yard pass, so they're going to run it. At least do something with McCaffrey, like a wildcat. I don't know. Get weird. You're going to lose anyways. Might as well try to score more than 7. But it was just so predictable when Purdy was in because they know it's going to be a handoff.
Yep.
His
Didn't even try.
elbow is fucked.
It was
Anyways.
done. He was done.
All right, let's take a quick commercial, and we'll be right back with our interview with Joseph Juice Sutton.
Do you want to find a legal online sports betting option, but either you're not in a state that has legalized betting, especially Minnesota where we are located, or you want to find a place where you want to find a little more competition or keep 100% of your earnings because, of course, sports books and casinos, they do take a percentage of what you win. Well, we have the app for you. It is the Better Edge app. It is a legal online social betting marketplace that allows you to post and engage with other sports betting fans. They have a really cool social media feed on there as well where you can post your bets and everything like that. It's so fun. You can also place no commission positions in an online marketplace. You can compete in direct head-to-head challenges with horrible bettors, such as myself, where you could compete with your friends. If you are having a debate on who you think is going to win a certain game and you both have differing opinions, well, you can both bet on it by just sending an invite to your friend or whatever to make that bet. You can also compete in public or private betting competitions. There's a lot of fun competitions on the app, a lot of prizes involved, which include cash, or I know they've done even ticket giveaways on there as well for big events such as the Final Four and even Super Bowl, Final Four, whatever it may be, shit like that. You can even buy or sell positions on the spread, over, under, money line. All the basics of when it comes to sports betting. You can do that at current market prices. So if you use promo code 10K10K at betteredge.com, you can get a free $20 when you sign up and verify your ID. So once again, that's code 10K10K at betteredge.com to get a free $20.
Folks, welcome back to It's a Bit. We're joined with a special guest, someone we've wanted to have on for a while. We finally got. We got Joseph Juice Sutton. If you don't know who he is, he's an in-game host for the Twins, the Wild. He's also a local actor, comedian, and we see him at the Wild games all the time, as well as the Twins unveiling. But Juice, it's great to have you.
Yeah, man. Thanks for having me. I'm a big fan of the podcast and of the Instagram page, so it's an honor to be on. Hopefully y'all don't make a meme out of me or something.
No,
we don't do that.
We don't do that. Like, we did make the meme though. Did you see the picture today of Boldy Duhame and
I did. I did. I
Doer.
thought that was funny. I said, Bodie got the same hairstyle as me.
I was gonna say he even had the beads in too.
I know,
That's a whole new
Yeah.
level.
I was like, I got to come to the next game with some beads on. I can't let him outdo me.
No.
I think she should maybe keep that style the rest of the season. Can you imagine them showing in
it
Minnesota
did.
with like the
It
braids
did
and
look
stuff?
good on him, and I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie.
It's
It did
pretty
look good
sick.
on him.
But you don't have to worry. We only make memes out of players and coaches and teams. So you're I think you're kind of off limits. So you're good.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm about 8 years too late. I used to play back in the day, but now I'm retired, dad bod and all.
Oh yeah. No. Yeah. We're all in the
style.
We're all in the same league there.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly. Well, really quick, like how'd you get started with where with everything you do now with the Twins, the Wild, like the acting gigs, all that? Like, how'd you ever get started at least in this market?
Yeah, man. I think I would take it all the way back to middle school. So I'm a comedian by nature. So that's what I do full time. So I travel the country doing stand up. But I've always been funny, always been wanting to like be on stage. Like I grew up watching Kevin Hart, Bernie Mac, Martin Lawrence, like all of those guys. And was like, man, I want to do stand up. Like I think I'm funny enough to do it. And like being a sports host, that was kind of one of those like, dang, I would go to the games and be like, I wish I could do what they do. But there's no blueprint. Like nobody teaches you, like you can't go to school to be an in-game host for a professional sports team. So it's like, I guess if it happens, it happens. But I just remember in 10th grade, I went to a Timberwolves game and I saw a guy down there who I actually work with now. He was doing the hosting. And I'm like, bro, I would be so good at that. Like I could do that. And then it just was a dream because I never knew how to do it. Then doing stand-up, I actually was an intern for the Twins in college. So I did production. So I got to learn all the behind-the-scenes stuff. And I actually worked as an assistant to the in-game host for the Twins who became my mentor, Jim Cunningham, who also did Wild. And then he kind of retired and he kind of like passed the torch to me like, hey, you should join the team. And I was like, what? Yeah. Like sign me up. And so I remember I got an email and they were like, hey, we're interested in you joining the team. And I was like, do I got to audition or any of that? And they're like, nah, we've watched your stuff on the internet and seen your stand up. And we was like, we're just going to try a few games and see how it works. And they tried a few games, loved it. And then 2 years later, the Wild hit me up with the same thing. Like, hey, we're going to have you audition, but you're going to audition a live game. Now, at the time, I didn't know much about hockey at all. I was like, are you sure? You sure you want me? Like, you sure you know what you – and they're like, yeah, it's pretty basic what you do with the Twins except for a lot more energy. And I'm like, okay. Yeah. So I came to that first game, and I was like, oh. I was like, oh, this is lit. I was like, I like this. Yeah. And so literally right after the game, they're like, hey, I know we said you went on audition, but we want you at every game for the rest of the season. And I was like,
fuck yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, let me check my schedule. Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah. Dude, that's nuts. So, a live audition, like just trial by fire.
That would freak the fuck
out. Yeah. I'd be like, oh shit.
I'd already be nervous going into like an audition room with like 3 people staring at you, like, okay, recite this or do that. But like doing it in front of 18,000 people in a live setting, that's pretty awesome though.
Yeah, that's sweet.
Yeah. No, I work better under pressure. I've been doing stand-up for about 6 years now. So it's like, for me, it's like the bigger the crowd, the better chance I have of like entertaining them, I guess. And so just like being myself and being funny, but also energetic. I was like, I just want to bring a new flavor, and that's kind of what they was asking for when they asked me to come in. They were like, hey, we want you. Don't try to be anybody else. Just do what you do in real life. And like just bring it to the arena. And I was like, all right, cool. I was like, y'all, I'm about to have that place rocking. I just want to let you know that. And they was like, we hope you do. And so got a lot of good feedback. Hopefully, y'all come to like every game. It's
not every game.
We try.
Yeah.
We definitely try.
Yeah.
But no, we love the energy you bring. I think
he brings the energy to the Excel Energy.
I was
Center.
super shit faced on the Black Friday game, and you were there, and I'm like, you're like the director of vibes. That's your title.
Yeah.
Like throw out the in-game host. I'm the director of vibes. You and the DJ can share that. You guys both do an awesome job of bringing the energy. So that's what it's all about.
Man. I appreciate it. Like that's really what it's all about. Is like, you know, you can only dictate so much about a sports game, but it's like if I could do my part to at least make sure that y'all have a good time, like everybody has a good time while they're there, whether we're winning or we're losing. Like I'm like, as long as the vibes is right and everybody's having a good time, I did my job. And so I love it, man. I love making that long drive. I technically live in Maple Grove, but it's it's worth it every time. So it's super dope.
Yeah, you're up in our neck of the woods. Yeah, we're just right in Plymouth. So.
Yeah, I heard y'all are in Plymouth. Yeah, so
yeah,
I'm technically I'm in New Hope, but I'm across the street from Maple Grove.
Yeah, no, that's our neck of the woods.
Good vibes. Well, I think you do a good job with, because I think being a Minnesota sports fan, it can be very depressing. So you're covering up what is being the depression that is being a Minnesota sports fan at sporting events.
Yeah.
But it's a good time. You bring the energy to the building, and it's fun to see people like that out there just doing more than just playing music over speakers or putting up some hype videos. Like having someone in there to really fucking engage with the people. It's pretty fun.
Yeah. Nah, y'all do a great job. You know, it's funny that you said it because I'm like, man, the way that y'all flip kind of your pain of being a Minnesota sports fan is just hilarious to me, man. Like, because it was funny because I became a fan of y'all page before I actually met y'all, and I don't know if you remember when we were all sitting at the desk, and I was like, I look familiar, and then Kirsten was like, yeah, they're the 10K guys, and I was like, oh, I follow y'all, and so it's just y'all have some hilarious content, bro, and yeah, it's dope to see. Like as a comedian, it's good to laugh at other like content, like the Viking stuff kills me every time. I'm not even really a Vikings fan, but a lot of my family is, and I just die laughing because that's like real life thing.
Dude.
So.
Oh, we appreciate that. You mentioned like how we're able to flip the sadness into humor, and that's all we got. You know, it's like you can either laugh at it or you can laugh with it, right? Or
or completely go bonkers and freak out over just a week 10 win.
Right. It's kind of like when
that's how it is in Minnesota.
When someone is like, fuck you, your team suck, you can have two reactions. You could argue back, or you could be like, yeah, we do suck. You're right.
Yeah, we suck.
That's the angle we take.
Yeah.
But at least we have guys like Juice Sutton fucking amping us up at games. I think you'd be electric at Vikings games.
Yeah,
that'd be awesome.
Bro,
to have you out there.
That's the goal, man. So I'm trying to be in every avenue, like at once. So I mean, not every, because Timberwolves are wild kind of conflict, but Vikings is the next move. I'm trying to present this package to them. So if y'all listening, I'm trying to present this package to bring the vibes, man. So I used to work with DJ Ski. Like when he first came into the Viking Stadium, the US Bank. And so I used to be like his assistant a little bit. And so now I got his ear, and now I'm trying to get, their ear to kind of bring the vibes a little bit. And so we'll see if it works. I'll give it about a year or two.
Hashtag networking.
Yeah.
That's literally all it is.
Yep.
I think they should they should put you in they should almost call it a code red at this point and just put you in as the in-arena host for the rest of the year for Gopher basketball at Williams Arena, because they need morale boosting there.
Pick me up.
Oh my goodness. I mean, well, I know the coach Ben Johnson, he's only in his second year, but I mean, me and Cam, our producer over here, went to the game a couple weeks ago, and we're big Gopher basketball fans. I went to the U, obviously, but they're not playing well this year. That's the way I can say it. And I think they scored 12 points in one half in that game we went to against Purdue. Yeah, it was very dull in there. It's like, I mean, you could hear probably a pin drop in there the whole game. It was
then again,
not good. We needed vibes in there, though.
Does that make your job a lot harder when the teams, or does it make it easier? Like if the team is very heavily underperforming, let's take the first few Minnesota Wild games this year. Is it difficult to do your job with the energy when we're getting just killed like 4-rip slaughtered at the end of the first?
It's so weird, bro, because it's like I feel like I'm a part of the team, right? Because I'm like a Wild fan. I feel like I'm a part of the team. I wear the logo. I just don't have the same jersey as them. Right. So it's like it's low key kind of embarrassing, because you're like, at the beginning of the game, we were like, yo, it's about to be an amazing game. Let's get this place lit, turn up, everybody's yelling. Bam! It's like 5-2, and we're like, and then I can hear him, the producer here. He's like, all right, Juice, we got to bring this energy up. And I'm like, I don't know what else to say.
Hey man, I don't have a stick. What do you want me to do? Like,
and so it's always funny, but I'm like, man, I guess I'll just, when I do these games, I'll do something funny, at least make somebody laugh, or try to keep them, keep them engaged in the game as well, because it's like, we can always make a comeback. Something's always possible, but yeah, it's when it's dead, it's like nothing hits. You'd be like, I've had a time where I've been like, yo, make some noise, and there was like a couple of people like, yeah.
Whoa, yay.
Yeah.
Oh man.
And so it definitely hurts.
Yeah.
It's like bombing at a comedy show.
Yeah.
It's funny. Like I would equate it to like a tragedy happening, or a crazy thing happening, or your team losing, and the Whopper commercial comes on. I would hate to be in your position if, like, early in the season when we were down 5-1 after a second period, and you have to run out there. Yo, what's up, Wild fans?
Make some noise.
Noise.
It's like, oh, we're doing a hungry humans game on the ice, and everybody's like,
what
wants to watch this?
this?
Like, and it's like when it's a close game, everybody's engaged, everybody loves the game, but when we're losing, everybody's just like, bro, stop. And we're like, but y'all loved it last week. What's up? And then they're like, nah, bro, we're down. I don't want that. Just give me a beer.
Who's talking? Where's my beer?
You get to see the swings of Minnesota sports fans' moods on such a macro level, I'd imagine, in your position, analyzing the crowd noise like no other, because, like you said, I mean, we could be winning one rip at the end of the first, and then come, the third period, we could be down 5-1, and the building just dies. It's nuts.
Yeah. I mean, but it's always there's always the bounce back. That's amazing. But it's always funny because people like come to us and be like, what's going on with the team?
Yeah.
Get it together. And I'm just like, brother, if I had some skates, I'd get out there and try to score a goal for you, but I can't.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
they go to that's a low if they go to the in-arena host to ask them, what the hell is going on with this team? What are they doing?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know, man. I just talked to Dean.
Yeah.
I just try to bring up the energy.
We're gonna work on the penalty kill this period.
Oh man.
Yeah, you'll be surprised how many people like walk up to us and be like,
the promo booth.
What's going on? Like, what are y'all doing? Or like when I'm with the Twins, like if we make a trade or something, they're just like, why would we do that? Why would y'all do that? And I'm just like, I literally just come in to make y'all have a good time. I don't even know what's going on.
I'm not the GM.
You knew before I did.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's always funny. Like, why isn't Buxton playing? Or why isn't so-and-so doing this? Or why is Kaprizov doing it? And it's like, sir.
You should all. They think Juice has more info than like Jeff Passan.
Yeah.
Michael Russo.
I'm like the inside guy.
I guess after you get a few beers in you, I mean, they just see the promo booth and they just see it as the venting booth.
Right. Yeah.
They I think they see the logo. Like they see that,
booth.
Yeah, they see like a ton of employees of some sort sitting around. And they're like, these guys are
Dean's over here.
These guys are who I'm gonna blame today.
Yeah, I'm taking out on them.
You have a badge on. I'm going to talk to you about these decisions.
You're liaison between. Yeah, you're like liaison between the team and the coach and decision making and everything. It doesn't make any sense.
Well, we were at the Twins uniform unveiling earlier. Or later in 2022, and you did a great job of bringing the vibes to that. I'm curious, what are your honest thoughts of the new uniform? Do you like them?
So I was kind of like on the fence when I first. So it's funny because I wasn't really allowed to talk about it because I knew ahead of time, but they didn't unveil it, so it was kind of a secret. I had to sign like an NDA and do all these different things.
Yep.
And like when I saw them drawn out, I wasn't really a big fan. I was like, but I'm sitting with the Polad, so I'm like,
yeah.
So they're like,
let's go.
What you think? And I'm like, yeah, for sure. And I was like, and then later on, they showed the pictures with them actually on the players, and then they show like with the helmets that they kind of just revealed last week as well. And I was like, okay, this is growing on me. I was like, this is growing on me. But when they first showed me, I was like,
yeah.
Ooh, but yeah, so I love the Twin Cities cream. That's probably my favorite one. And I'm glad they brought the pinstripes back.
Yes,
so
they needed
I love
pinstripes. The black and white ones are pretty dope too. I remember. I think that's the one that Buxton was wearing when he came out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. The Twin Cities.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's like
Yeah,
it's
the
technically
Twin
like
Cities,
the retro type thing.
Yeah, it looks really cool.
Yeah, those are pretty sweet too.
Yeah, so those are cream ones. And then like it was so funny because like when we first revealed it and people were like, oh, you know, the original home whites, they were like, this is ugly. And so I knew that the helmet was coming out. So the helmet kind of matched the whole like uniform, but I couldn't say anything because they're like, if we haven't revealed it yet, Juice, don't tell nobody. And I'm like, who am I gonna tell? Like my wife? Like, she don't even care about baseball. Mm-hmm. And so, but like when it all came together, it's like, okay, now it makes sense. Like now it looks good. And I was like, okay, y'all kind of know what y'all doing just a little bit. But I was like, you know, I was really hoping they would bring back baby blue of some sorts because I really like the baby blue ones. But you know, it is what it is.
It's like a cycle. They'll bring them back in like a decade. Probably.
Yeah. These aren't people got to realize like these aren't permanent. They do this like every 5-10 years. They
especially in baseball.
Yeah, they want to always be different, changing things, looking new, looking flashy, and all that. So, but I think it'd just been funny if you would have just turned to the the owners of the Twins. Man, these suck.
Yeah, Joe, what are you doing?
Good.
What are you doing, Joe Polad?
Yeah, come on.
No, and it was funny because like when they showed us the actual pictures and like with them on the players, like I'm sitting with Joe and all of them, and they're like, all right, Juice, what's your honest opinion? And I was like, I'm not gonna lie to you. I lied to you in the first meeting. I didn't think they were good, but I was like, now that I see them on the players, they're fire. And then they showed us like the actual jersey, and I was like, okay, when I actually feel them, touch them, I was like, this is actually kind of cool. But I was like, I definitely lied to y'all before because I thought they were gonna fire me. But
it is funny. Like when the top boss asks you for your honest opinion, you're like, I'm not gonna tell you.
And I'm like, I'm only seasonal. I'm easily replaceable.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, they look great.
Yeah, they're good. Yeah. They're good.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but it's super dope because they're actually like really cool people, really down to earth. Like for people that have that much money, you're like, oh, these guys are probably going to be a-holes or some sort of thing. But they're actually like really down to earth, really like they love to have everybody's opinion involved in the room. And so that was new to me because I was like, y'all own half of Minneapolis and y'all asking me my opinion?
Yeah.
Like, all right, I'll tell you.
Sure.
And
well,
so it was kind of cool.
That's like it was cool that they invited us to come to the uniform unveiling because like in the first few rows there's all these media, like our friend Darren Wolfson was there. There's all sorts of the Twins reporters and baseball people and even Twins bloggers, and then we were there, and it's like we just get drunk at the games and like yell stuff. Like, and we're sitting here in the front row, face to face. Buxton waves at us, and I'm like, what's happening right now?
Yeah.
So that was a cool day.
Y'all got some good content, bro. You'll be surprised how many people watch y'all stuff. Like from players. So I hang out with a lot of Twins guys a lot, but you'll be surprised how many of them actually like watch y'all videos and like laugh at y'all videos. Like, you'll be surprised. That's all I can say is like they definitely are fans of y'all stuff, and so
that's cool.
So just keep that in mind. When you're thinking like you're like, oh, this is crazy. It's like, nah, they really like y'all stuff, and so
Cam, make sure to clip that and use it for my Monday motivation.
Next
Monday when I hate my life.
And then just for out of risk, just being safe, no slander on Byron Buxton.
Nope.
On channels here.
There will be no glass bones jokes made in this household.
We're done
anymore.
We're done
because he's definitely seen a couple of y'all videos for sure. Okay. I know for sure he's seen a couple of y'all videos.
Wow.
He's probably seen the cup snakes. A lot of the players have seen that shit. They just because we came out with a shirt too for Buxton Bomb.
Oh yeah, the Buxton Bomb Co. Yeah,
and I think I was wearing it. There, Zane, someone was wearing it. And I think he maybe saw that as well. So
it's cool.
But no, it was. Were you before you went out there for the unveiling event? Were you kind of like talking to any of the players about anything, or just kind of making jokes?
Yeah. So like. I'm cool. Well, like Byron, probably the person I know the most out of all the players, and like before they got rid of Luis Rise and then Jorge Polanco, because they've been around the longest. So when I was an intern, they kind of like breezed me in because I worked with them a little bit But yeah, we were just all laughing and joking, and I'm like, "Yo, what y'all think?" And they're like, "Oh, these kind of fire," even though like Dave St. Peter and
Right
everybody was in
there.
there too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're like, "Yeah, no, these are fire." And so it was just dope, and they all nervous, and we're like coaching them, like, "Yo, just be cool when you walk around. Like, don't be like a
awkward.
square when you're going through these things. Like, try to have some swag with you." And it was just funny to see because everybody kept peeking, like they kept peeking around, like to see who was out there, and Jose Reda goes, "Damn, it's packed."
Well,
He's like, "There's a lot of people out there."
It's so funny you mention that because like professional athletes, are in very high pressure situations in front of tens of thousands of people, sometimes hundreds of thousands of people, and they can perform their job. Whereas, you make them walk the runway with new uniforms on in front of, maybe a small chunk of the Mall of America, and they're like shitting bricks.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So I'm not surprised. But yeah, it was kind of funny how they had to kind of walk out there like they were walking down the runway of like a fashion show.
Coached a little bit.
I don't blame them. I would have been nervous too.
I'd have been like, can I just run around these bases like it's a home run? I mean, you could set up bases here.
Like, what do I do with my hands? Like, am I supposed to point? Am I supposed to
can I have a
give
bat?
a thumbs up? Like,
can I bring out a bat?
Yeah.
It'll feel more natural.
Someone give me a glove.
Yeah.
But what's funny is like they were literally in that back because first of all, the room was super small. And we had everybody packed in there, the people that were wearing like the apparel, the players, TC, Dave St. Peter, Joe Polat, all those guys were all packed in a small room. And like the players are just asking people like, "So what y'all gonna do? What y'all gonna do when y'all get out there? Like, should I do this? Should I do this? Like, what?" And I'm just like, well, y'all are professional athletes and y'all over here nervous about walking the runway. And then like Joe was like, I'm just gonna go around fast. He's like, "I'm not even gonna wait. I'm just gonna go around fast." And like we're all laughing, like, "No, you're not." And then he gets out there and he just goes around fast. We're like, "Damn, all right, let me call the next person."
No.
And so it's just funny to see, because a lot of times you see these players and then you put them on a pedestal because you know how much money they make or they play for a professional sports team, and you forget like these are real human beings with real like things that they worry about, like. You perform, like y'all said, you perform in front of all these people, and then you nervous to walk in front of like 8,000
right.
for the 8,000 people. It's kind of crazy, but it's dope, man. Like they're really dope people.
Do you ever get nervous still about anything?
Oh yeah, I always tell myself if I don't get nervous before a gig, like it's probably not gonna go well. Because like the more nervous I am, the better I know I'm gonna perform. But like once I have a mic in my hand and I like walk into the situation, I'm good. But every moment up until then, oh my God, I'm shaking in my boots. Like I'm laughing with other people to help me not to be nervous. Like I'm like making all these jokes in the back room or like I'll make the jokes in the pre-shows before we get on camera for like wild games and stuff. Cause I'm just like, whoo. But once that camera turns on, it's like something clicks and I'm like, all right, let's do this. And then, I'm good. But I'm always nervous before every take because I'm like, you never know.
Yeah.
I got a voice crack or something that goes on. It's like, yep, no, I'm a meme. So it's super lit though.
We're done. Everything's on camera now. Things can go viral in just a second. Just one person. Oh, this is funny.
Yeah.
Tweet.
Exactly. I was like, everything go viral except for the one video I wanted to go viral. I don't know if you guys were there last year. When we played the XL Energy game, and the lady, her answer was dildo.
I was gonna ask you about that. Yeah. Were you the one interviewing her?
I was.
Oh.
Yep. That was forever my legacy. Like everybody calls me, "You're the host that interviewed the dildo girl." Like at the Twins everywhere. That's what everybody knows me as. I'm like, I guess.
Hey, you know what though? At least I think there's two positive points there. At least it did involve you. So I mean, it did involve you, but you weren't the one who said it. Like, there's nothing worse than going viral for an embarrassing reason yourself. And number two, I think being in that position is better than probably nothing. I guess. Like, you interviewed the dildo lady, but that's better than never going viral in the first place.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You're known as somebody now, as a guy.
Yeah.
But hopefully no one calls you like the dildo guy.
No, that part's not
weird.
That part's not good at all.
Yeah, that happened a couple times at the Twins.
Okay.
They was like, "Yo, you're the dildo guy."
Yeah,
everybody was like, everybody's like, your reaction to it was hilarious. You're the dildo guy. And I'm like,
Well, I don't know
Don't say that.
Let's flip around the words somehow there. I'm the guy who interviewed the dildo girl.
Yeah, I'm just that guy.
Was that on Easter too?
It was.
And
that's brutal.
So that was, man. So it was just a funny day, bro. Like, so when you saw her, you would have never imagined that she would say something like that. So the question was things you would charge. And so you can get 10 seconds, and she was just flying through all these things. I'm like, all right, 2 seconds left. And she's just like, dildo. And then like the whole arena goes quiet. And then everybody just like goes in an uproar. Like she got a standing ovation. And like even the players were like clapping and laughing.
Oh, nice.
And I was like, and you know, my comedic brain was clicking. So I'm just like, wow, we're charging dildos on Easter Sunday. That's crazy. And then I can hear in my ear, my producer's like, Joe, go to the video. And I was like, because I was going to keep going on it for a second.
Yeah.
And I'm like, all right, let's go to the video. And so she ended up winning. And yeah, it was crazy. But they won't let me get the video because I was like, I need that video. They were like, we can't give it out. And I'm like,
that's too bad. Well, yeah, because I don't think I wasn't there for that. Did you actually say that live? Like that was your reaction? Like we're charging dildos on these? Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. So
that's a good
No,
save.
it was just
beautiful though.
Yeah, it was just one of those moments where, because like for me, I'm a quick wit guy. Like I can respond with comedy very quickly, and so yeah, like my face was in shock, and the first thing I said was, "Wow, we're charging dildos on Easter Sunday," and everybody was cracking up, and my producer was like, "Joe, stop saying dildo, go to the video." And so yeah, it was a lot of fun.
I bet though that was probably a good way to break the tension that everyone was feeling. Like, because I heard that, I'd be in fucking shock.
Yeah.
I'd be like, I think just say that.
Yeah, I think you're handling it well. You're not just ignoring the elephant in the room. You're just saying, okay, well, this happened. You know, it's Easter.
Yeah.
Well, it's like because they do that a lot. Like, they should have handed out the video because a lot of these teams have those viral moments because of that. And it's not like you're saying it. You know, or that said the answer initially. Because like that guy, it happens with broadcasters all the time. I mean, can be easily more recorded, but like that Carolina color guy, like Reese's penis or whatever.
Oh
he
yeah,
said.
yeah.
Like that guy. Shit happens all the time like that, and it's like, oh, that'd be great to have. It's like a viral clip, you know. I mean,
yeah. No, yeah, I was like, I knew it was gonna go viral because like it was like blowing up on Twitter, and like everybody was like, people found my app and was like, yo, where's the video? Where's the video? People that never even went to the game, like, yo, I heard somebody said dildo on the microphone. Where's the video? And I'm like, I don't got it. I can't get it. And I'm like, trust me, if anybody wanted it, it was me. That would have been perfect for my reel.
Yeah,
like,
that would have been the lead off for sure.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, that was a legendary moment, and everybody still talks about that. Like, yo, your face when she said that was funny. And I was like, I don't even remember my face. I just remember my rebuttal.
Yeah, which was perfect.
So,
well, I was gonna ask, what the most outrageous thing anyone's ever said to any interview questions. I'm guessing that's probably number one.
Yeah, no, that's definitely, without a doubt, nothing even comes close to that.
Yeah,
at all.
If you could have a number two, though, is there anything else that has come up? Like, obviously not that crazy, but
yeah, I guess same game.
Jeez.
I think it was like name something that people do when they're trying to get warm. And somebody was like, sex. But he said it so fast.
This is the same game.
Same game.
Oh my god. Same game.
Yeah.
Tough day at the office.
Oh goodness. It just turns into like Family Feud almost, and people don't know what they're saying.
Literally. Yeah, or I guess at Twins Fest this past weekend, we had, I can't even, his name is blanking on me. So we did play Family Feud, and the question was, name a reason why you be late to work. And he's an ex-player. He's now on Valley Sports. I'm blanking on his name. He wears glasses, buzz cut. But he was like, I don't know if he had been drinking before, but he gets on stage. I'm like, all right, it's your turn. And he goes, getting in an argument with your wife because she's always nagging all the time. And I'm like,
Dude,
Oh,
just straight
goodness.
venting
And I'm like,
at a trivia game.
Yeah, straight.
That happened this morning?
On the trivia game, and I'm like, and I'm just like, everybody just started laughing. I'm just like, haha, I'm pretty sure that one's not on there, but let's go ahead and give it. And then obviously it was an egg, and he was like, yeah, he said shit and all types of stuff, and I was like, oh,
was that Glenn Perkins?
and then the next time around, no, it was he used to pitch. He's on Bally Sports, so it wasn't. But Glenn was up there. He kept it.
Jack
PG,
Morris.
But, I think so. I don't know.
LaTroy. Okay.
I could see it being Jack Morris.
Yeah, I was gonna say that would actually make a lot of sense.
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was Jack. I'm pretty sure it was Jack.
Okay.
Yeah,
but still, that's great.
yeah, he's hilarious. Even outside of that, like that's how he is in real life. It's like uncensored, funny as hell. Like it's. Yeah,
there was a time in my life he lived like 5 minutes from where I grew up, in a house he had at least had a house in Richmond, and he apparently his attic just had a ton of leftover memorabilia because one of my buddies from high school, his family moved into his house. It's pretty sweet. So
he just left it all there.
Yeah, he left a ton of shit there.
Yeah, why not? I don't need it.
He's probably got too much of it anyways, bats and whatever.
Yeah, that is. You'll be. Yeah, it's a lot of stuff that they just get and they just don't care for. Like they'll just donate, give away, or just leave it. But that's funny. I didn't think he would leave it in his attic. Like, whatever.
Super random.
Yeah. I mean, you think of that a lot of, they have so much stuff that like it's junk to them, but to any like baseball guy, beer drinking guy, if you throw that stuff in the middle and you have them brawl out for it, they'll go all out, like fist.
Yeah.
Punching.
The way people go after balls.
Yeah, I know. Just after ball.
Oh my!
Foul ball in like a spring training game.
Just seeing grown men.
Yeah.
Like fat guys going after ball baseballs.
No.
At Twins games.
Yeah, I always want to interview those guys like after they destroyed a child just to get a home run ball or a foul ball. Like, yo, so do you feel good about yourself right now? Like, because it's just the amount of energy that people put into like chasing a ball. And it's like, oh, you can just go to this area and get a ball and just tell people it was a foul ball.
Yeah. Right.
There's no difference.
It's like, nope, I got to catch a ball.
Yep.
Yeah.
Or like our very own Andy who takes them from kids.
Yeah, he does. Yep. We have a guy, Andy, who literally would say he would take he did actually take one. Well, he didn't take one from a kid, but he got the ball because it was at a Saints game and the outfielders were coming back into the bench or whatever, and they threw it to him, but there was a kid next to him. Like, give the kid the ball. The kid wanted the ball.
Yeah, he refused to give the ball to the kid.
I think he eventually gave the ball to the kid because we were like nagging him.
We bullied him into it.
But he was like, I don't understand. I never got a ball. I'm like, well, you're in your early 20s. Yeah. That's a 4-year-old kid.
Yeah.
Goodness gracious, dude.
Can't fold for peer pressure, man. You can't fold for it. You got to keep that ball. Don't listen.
Put it in the case.
He was very upset, but we were just grilling him over it. I mean, but well deserved.
No, that's hilarious.
Do you ever get to?
It's always.
Oh no, go for it.
No, go ahead.
No, you got.
I was saying it's always funny. I would say it's always funny to think like the people who give the ball to the other person. I wonder like if they actually wanted to do it or they just felt the pressure of people staring around and like get a kid the ball. And he's like, I don't want to.
Yeah, it's probably like
I think it's like a 70-30.
Yeah.
70 peer pressure.
Yeah.
Like, how are people going to react if I keep this 30%?
Yeah.
I should be a good person today.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was going to ask you, like, do you guys select the participants? Because I've always wondered how you guys choose who gets to do, like, during the Wild games, the intermission stuff.
Yeah. So that's actually a good question. It's really first come, first serve. So like right when doors open, like the first people that come to the section, like section 123, get to play the games. And so like they just literally fill them up right then and there every game. And with Twins, it's just like an inning or two before our intern just goes and looks for somebody. We're just like, all right, we got this game coming up. Look for somebody in the crowd and find somebody and bring it back. So it's always like people are always like, oh, you pre-selected or like, no, we literally just randomly, whoever comes to the section 123 first gets the games. And then with the Twins, it's like, if you come to enough games, you know when certain games are going to be played during every inning. That doesn't change. Mm-hmm. And then it's like, we just look for random people that might be good for the game. Like, oh, we think that guy will be funny. Go ask him if he wants to play. And then, like, we've been rejected so many times where they're like, no. It's like, oh shoot, we got 2 outs left. Hurry up, find somebody. And it's like, all right, he looked like he want to play. You want to play? Yeah. All right, get over here because we're about to start in like 3 seconds. And so yeah, it's really random.
That's
so
the way
if
to
you
do
guys
it
are
though.
ever
Because
at any games,
yeah, that guy will never be nervous because he doesn't have the time to wait. You know, it's like
overthink it.
Yeah, if you threw me in, you're like, we're on in 5. Be like, cool. I don't know what to expect, so I can't scare myself out of this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And that's why like people are like, oh, it's rigged. And like, no, we literally just pick random people like all the time. And so I always look for like the funny people.
Yeah, I was gonna say
that give me the best reaction because I'm like, I'm a funny person, so I'm like, I look for somebody who's gonna be funny. And sometimes like our intern for the Twins or like the promo crew will try to find somebody they feel is best fit for the job. And I'm like, nah, I'm trying to make people laugh. I want people to lose, kind of, because like it makes me be able to do something funny with the reactions and stuff. But yeah, it's hilarious.
If you ever need a guy for the higher lower one, I would do that one. I volunteer as tribute because that one's easy. I can't screw up and say something bad on accident. It's just
say
higher lower.
Yep.
Yeah. No, you get. I mean, there's some people that drag it out though. Like there was a guy who was like, "What do you think, fans?" He said that every time.
Yeah,
like,
bro, you didn't see the pick.
It's
50-50.
This is like gambling.
This isn't The Price is Right.
Yeah.
You're yelling out to the crowd.
Yeah.
That's what I said once.
Yeah, no, but yeah, you all ever just come to a game. Like everybody asks the same thing. I'm like, bro, just when doors open, just come straight over and ask to be in a game, and that's how that works. So.
All right, now the people know.
I'm gonna have
There's
to be in a
nothing
game.
stopping
I'm gonna
it,
embarrass. Well, I think we both have to. Be
We
in
both
a
have
game.
to do a game.
Yeah, and it's gonna be pretty pathetic. I think I'm gonna embarrass myself up there.
99%.
10K game takeover.
10K game takeover.
Y'all are play every game. Y'all are playing. They're like, oh, you've seen these guys before. Yeah, I was in last intermission, but don't worry about it. Mind your business.
Yeah. I don't know why they keep asking these guys to do the trivia because actually both of them are stupid.
Yeah. This is the third straight game they've been doing it.
Yeah. Like, are they a package deal?
Yeah. What's going on here?
Yeah. They found the secret sauce. It's not about what you know; it's about who you know.
Who you know,
exactly.
Right?
The connections, networking.
Hashtag networking.
Networking is key. Yeah, it's perfect.
Facts.
But you were saying back. I want to talk about because you said you've done stand-up comedy before. So I don't know what what kind of venues you've gone to and done stand-up comedy, but have you dealt with like hecklers and all those people that are disrupting shows and think they get really pissed off about something when they're at a comedy show? I don't know. Have you ever dealt with that?
Yeah, I've usually it's not a lot. It's not as much as some people would think, but it happens. Like I've definitely comedy shows. People had a lot to drink, and they're trying to prove to the audience that they are also funny, and so it's like. But I was always a jokester, so I loved like roasting and making fun of people. So I'm always quick with the hecklers, and some of them want to prove that they're funny. Some of them were inspiring comedians that never could get it right. So their whole goal is to like try to make you look dumb on stage, and it's like, it's all about how you handle yourself. So I'm 50% of my material is crowd work, anyways. So I'm praying for somebody to try to heckle me during this comedy set because I'm like, then I don't have to do real material. So when you book me again, these are jokes you've never heard before because I've never had to do it because I just made my whole comedy show about this drunk guy right here.
Yeah.
And so I've had my most embarrassing one though was it's funny but it's not funny. Like I've had a guy who was like half of his face was like burned, like he was like a survivor of like fire, and he was heckling me, and I was like, and it was rough, man, because I'm like, oh, and everybody, and like the crowd's like, go ahead, make fun of him, go ahead. I'm just like, you got it, bro. Yeah, you got it.
I'm gonna take the high road on this one.
Yeah. So that was probably my most like awkward encounter was like, because I just was like, I can't say what I want to say. 10 years ago, I probably would have got away with it. Or if I was Dave Chappelle, like, and I could have got away with it. But I was like, I'm still on the rise, and I can't afford to mess this up.
No,
so
that's
just kind of.
Well, here's an idea for you.
really-
If you ever need to plant a drunk guy for pre thought out material, hit me up.
Yeah.
We could be a pro heckler.
Yeah,
you can
basically.
encourage him up there.
Right. Or what I'm saying is I will purposely wear or say things that will easily give you rebuttal material.
Yes.
Like I'll basically alley-oop you from the crowd.
Yeah.
So,
well, coming to my shows, y'all will probably stick out like a sore thumb anyways.
Yeah,
So
that's-
I think that
Yeah.
but
still
it's
down.
a good thing though.
I'll make sure to wear my cargo
Yeah.
shorts and my cowboy hat.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'll wear
yeah.
a Hawaiian
That'll be perfect.
Hawaiian button up and just
Yeah.
Flip flops
They won't
and
even
golf
they
shoes,
won't even know.
March. Yeah, exactly.
but
No, you should come in. Y'all should come in like the Kirk Cousins outfit. That
oh
would be
goodness,
my God.
Kirk
hilarious.
Cousins,
Whole
full,
uniform.
full uniform and everything, just the helmet and heckling Kirk Cousins isms.
Yeah,
You like that?
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh God.
Just do some.
yeah.
Well,
Kirk Chains.
Kirk Chains in there. Well, I wanted to mention back to when you had that embarrassing heckler moment. That literally sounds exactly like a Key and Peele skit. I don't know if you've seen.
No, and
That there's that
Yeah,
one skit
that's-
where there's like I don't know if it was Keegan Michael Key being the stand-up comedian and Jordan Peele
Yep.
was like heckling him, and he was he played a severely disabled person with like, almost like a throat thing, like you talk like this, he'd be
Yeah.
like, go ahead,
Yep.
make fun of me, and then he eventually gives in and makes fun of him, and then everybody's like, whoa man, that's a low
Yep.
blow. So that's reminded me exactly of that situation.
yeah, no, it's funny because I saw that skit. So I was kind of late to Key and Peele. I started watching it like last year, and so like I had seen skits on the internet, but like I was binge watching it on Netflix, and I saw it, and I was like, I literally turned to my wife, and I'm like, yo, that was me, and I'm just like, but he wasn't as severely disabled as that guy. But I was
Yeah.
like, and like when you see a skit and you're looking for an answer, like what should I have done? And they're like, nope, and that's probably how it would have turned out if I would have did that. So. No, that's funny that you mentioned that because I was like, man, that was literally my life. And I tell all my comedian friends that, like, I joke all the time, like, bro, what would y'all do if y'all was in this situation? And they were like, we ain't got the answers for you, brother. It's like, you did what you should have did. And I'm like,
played it safe.
Part of me is
know.
like, man, I should have said something. But then another part was like, nah, you probably wouldn't even be here today.
Right.
Like, you'd be canceled working at Burger King, singing Burger King anthems.
Yeah, I was gonna say if it was like early 2000s or like you seen like Eddie Murphy stand up in like the 80s, like it's you probably could have got away with it, but not definitely not now. Like
Yeah, and it's so weird because it's like that's what I grew up on. So I'm like, when I went into comedy, I'm like, yes, I can do stuff like that. And with the times, you just learn. Like, nobody like had to sit me down and be like, yo, these are things that you should say, things that you shouldn't say.
Yeah.
So like, I'm a clean comic when I do stand up, so I don't cuss or anything. But I do make fun of people, and like now the times is like so hard because it's that fine line of like, okay, who can you joke with and who can you not joke with? What can you make fun of? What can you not make fun of? And it's like, it's so hard because, everybody, it can be different. Like you can make a joke about one thing and then say that same joke in another place and people would be like, oh, that's it.
Damn.
Boo! But it's like,
it's so.
But I've seen like those videos where people like, I'm not talking about the severely offensive comedians. I'm saying something that's not even that offensive and someone gets upset about it. And it's like, what did you expect? You came to a comedy show.
He's
like,
literally trying to make a joke.
Come on, just laugh, So that would irritate me.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, and a lot of people in the crowd, like you'll get those hecklers that like will heckle you because they're like, I won't say offended, but they're offended, and then I won't even have to say anything. It'll be people in the audience that'll be like, yo, shut up. It's a comedy show.
Yeah.
Right.
Like,
calm down.
You're not coming here to laugh. You can leave.
Yeah.
Like, you know what you're getting yourself into. So I just be like, I ain't even got to say nothing. Like, it happens behind the scenes where it's like somebody boos, I make a joke, and I never hear about that person again. And then people come up to me like, yeah, that dude tried to heckle you, and we shut him up. And I'm like, you didn't like beat him, did you?
Yeah.
Like, no, we just got him quiet. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. I was like, I can't condone that, but I appreciate it. Well, no, it's always fun, the different characters that you run into, like at comedy shows, and like, how people talk about how, the laughter like made their day and they had a tough week. And I'm like, those are the reasons why
perfect.
I do what I do, is really to like encourage people and give a laugh. So like when y'all tell me stuff like, man, you be having the arena fire, I'd be like, you feeling all warm. I'm like, man, thank you, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
You know,
That's
but
what it's all about.
it's always love.
That's
No,
cool,
facts.
man. For sure. Well, Jake, did you have any other questions?
No, I think I'm good. I think that's everything.
Cool. Well, Juice, this has been a blast. Before we end, we got to take you through the rapid fire questions. So these are just fire them off, but not to the point where you say something horrible on accident, like
like dildo.
I forgot to charge your dildo on Christmas.
Yeah,
or on Easter.
Yeah,
that is funny though that your first and second worst, most outrageous answers both happen on the same day. That day happened to be Easter. That's just incredible.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right,
I'm looking forward to this Easter.
Yeah,
let's see what happens.
It's only up from here.
I think we should definitely get tickets for like what someone's gonna say today.
Yeah,
you know, it's Easter. So.
Yeah,
right. Exactly.
Oh yeah, I record all my games from now on because I'm like, if y'all not gonna give it to me, I'm gonna just keep it on my phone and I'll just play it myself.
Yeah, dude, you never know.
You never know because the characters that get pulled up into those contests too. There's some people in there.
Yeah, exactly.
People.
Exactly. All right. You're on a deserted island for the rest of your life. You can only have one drink of choice for the rest of your time on the island. What is it?
Ooh, strawberry melon brisk.
Oh, all right. That's good stuff.
Yeah.
How many fourth graders could you fend off in self-defense?
12.
12. Do you prefer Minneapolis or St. Paul? Which is interesting considering you work in both of them.
Definitely Minneapolis. I was born and raised in Minneapolis, so I'm a Minneapolis kid.
All right.
My wife is St. Paul though, so we have that kind of clash.
There you go. It's almost like Minnie and Paul.
Yeah.
It's the
shaking
of the hands over the Mississippi.
In friendly rivalry.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Would you rather slap a random child or your own grandma?
Oh
It's
man, definitely a random child.
Yeah,
because then I can just walk away. I gotta see my grandma every day.
Okay.
Yep. Do you think pineapple belongs on pizza?
Heck no, not at all. Sweet does not go with tangy.
Yep. If you were given an all expenses paid trip to Cleveland, would you take it?
Yeah, because I haven't really been to Cleveland. I've only passed through it. So yeah, I would go.
Yeah. What's a first world problem bugging you at the moment?
Social media.
Yep. I can agree to that one.
Yeah.
What's your least favorite fast food place?
Ooh. Taco Bell.
Really? Not a T-Bell guy?
Yeah.
Can you explain? Yeah.
Yeah. Well, long story short, it don't sit well with my stomach.
Yeah.
And that makes sense.
That's a common downside.
Yes.
To Taco Bell.
Yeah.
Common con
is digestive reasons.
I definitely.
So
have
if I
laid
need to
off.
get cleaned out, I definitely go to Taco Bell. But other than that,
yeah. Some people go on a juice
I can't have no
cleanse.
plans.
Yeah.
Taco Bell cleanse.
Yeah.
I'm on a Taco Bell cleanse.
Yeah.
I'm getting all the toxins
Taco Bell
out.
cleanse.
I'm
Yeah,
detoxing.
I can't have no plans after that.
Yeah, I'm retoxing and detoxing
Yeah,
at the
yeah.
same time.
What are you doing? Keto.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. I'm doing Taco Bell. What?
Clean right out.
Yeah.
Cool.
If a movie was made about your life, who would play you?
Ooh. That's a great question. I would love to say Michael B. Jordan. That's like my idea. But if we're being realistic, it would probably be Kel Mitchell.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. I was going to say Matt Boldy if he keeps the dreadlocks.
Yeah,
He's got
right.
a haircut.
Goodness.
Apparently that's a thing now.
Yeah.
And then the final one, especially as a baseball guy and as a showman, give us your strike three call.
Ooh. I gotta back this up a
Oh,
little
he's
bit.
gonna do a whole motion. Wow, this is new.
Strike three, you're out.
Wow.
Damn.
That was one of the better ones.
I think
we
that's the
got.
longest duration one
Yeah.
I've seen. That one was a good 4 or 5
Longest.
seconds.
Where you're like
Funny,
backing
there's-
up the
there's
camera.
Literally, people in the lobby looking at me like, "What the fuck is he doing?"
I was going to ask if anyone was around you when you did that.
Yeah.
Looking in there. What
No,
the
that would be it.
Yeah. Well, Juice, this has been such a blast. Where can people find you?
Yeah, on social media, at the real Juice Sutton, and then also on YouTube. So me and my wife have a YouTube page, and that's just All of a Sudden, like All of a Sudden,
Yep.
but with my last name,
love it.
Sutton. Yeah, and so, and really just at the games, just come. I love talking to people. I love meeting new people. So come and see me at section 123 or at gate 34 at the Twins games. And then if you want to book me, you just hit my website, therealjuicesutton.com. So anything Juice and Sutton, you can find me. So
sweet. Yeah, man, you do a great job of keeping the energy up, even when the team doesn't want to. And it's a very vital role in that sense. But we think you do a great job, and you're a hilarious guy. So just glad we got to finally talk to you.
Yeah, man, I appreciate you guys. Y'all keep doing what you're doing. I love the content. One of these days I'll come to the studio.
Dude, absolutely.
I want to be in a bachelor pad one of these days.
Hey, yeah, we forgot to ask you about you're a dad now. If you want to just get back to the simple life of being a single guy living with a ton of other dudes, you're welcome here anytime.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You just need a periodic escape.
Yeah.
Right. I was about to say, sometimes I need a break and just a reminder of what life used to be like.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Yeah. So no, I appreciate you guys for real, man. And always a fan of the content, always a fan of the podcast and everything that y'all are doing. So yeah, it was an honor. Like when y'all told me, I was like, hey, you want to come on? I'm like, what? Yeah, of course. So
yeah,
this is big. I'm like, this is the first time that I've been on a podcast.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah, hey, that's
we'll take experience.
We'll take it.
Yeah.
We'll add it.
So we're out here breaking boundaries.
Yes,
exactly.
This is what
Martin Luther King had a dream about.
Yeah, we're knocking down the walls of diversity. So that's what it's all about.
Yeah.
Sweet.
No, man. All jokes aside, but I'm a big fan of y'all, man. Always will be.
Yeah, thank you.
It was a pleasure. It was a good time.
This may not be the only time you're on, too.
No, we'll definitely have you on again in the studio.
Yeah, in studio.
Yeah, no, that would be love, man. Because I love what y'all doing. I'm a big fan. So, and like I said, there are players, at least Twins players that I know for sure that tune into y'all stuff. So
that's cool.
That's good
to
know.
Awesome to have that inside knowledge.
Yeah.
Great.
Sweet. We appreciate it so much, Juice. Thanks, man. All right, welcome back to It's a Bit. Awesome interview with Juice. Once again, you can always see him at Wild games, Twins games. He's on the internet. Good overall dude, and someone we always love to run into. But let's get into our final segment here. We have Finish the Sentence. Super simple. I'm just going to read some basic prompts, and you guys are going to finish the sentence.
Let's do it.
This is as basic as the show gets.
Yeah.
But
it's interesting.
It is very interesting because we can go a lot of different ways with it. So let's start first off. The Wild should have blank as their new alternate jerseys next year. Now I'm going to provide a little context. Apparently, they are releasing a new alternate jersey next year.
Yes.
Some people think that they should go back to red. Some people think that they should do the current reverse retro as their permanent alternate. And I have seen people thrown out the original Wild jersey from the early 2000s that we've been saying they need to do something with basically since the conception of the show. So I ask you guys, the Wild should have blank as their alternate jersey next year. Cam.
So I know this would never happen, but I think it would be great because it's maybe the best jersey to ever exist in Minnesota sports. The Wild should have a spinoff of the Minnesota Moose jersey as their alternate next year.
The Minnesota Moose, yeah.
The Minnesota Moose
jersey
fucks, and that logo fucks.
Yeah.
And I don't, like I said, I know it would never happen, but if I had to pick one thing that I would want, it would be that.
Well, they could do a combination of like a moose and a bear or something, maybe go with the Wild. I mean, because it's wilderness.
This is almost the same color scheme. I don't know if do they do like one game in October for breast cancer awareness?
I think they do. For warm-ups.
Yes.
Yeah.
But we were just talking earlier in the show about alternate jerseys not really making sense to the color scheme. Fuck it. If it has to do with the Minnesota Moose, throw some purple in the alternates. I'm in.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting. It definitely spiced things up. I wouldn't actually be opposed to see them actually try to do something with that.
Yeah.
I'd be very curious. I'd be curious.
It'd be different.
Man, this is so tough. And I've thought about this, for the last
Do you have 10 of them written
down? No,
down?
I don't have anything written down. I'm just thinking in my head. The Wild should have I think they should go back to something of the early 2000s.
Yeah.
Whether it's the white or the green, just it's so fucking cool. And now we're getting to the point. It is weird because we were born. We were 4 years old, 3 years old. Well, Cam, you were just born when they became a team. But still, that seemed like when they had those jerseys, that wasn't that long ago. But now we've lived through this team, and now that was 20 years ago. That's 2 decades. That is now kind of older now, and that this isn't necessarily the reverse retro, but it's an alternate. They can go back to that to be kind of retro and historic with it. I think they should do that.
I think we deserve to have this take because we are lifelong Wild fans.
Yeah.
We are not lifelong North Star fans.
Yeah.
We weren't alive. We can't help it. We are lifelong Wild fans. So for like Billy G, who gets mad when we bring this up, this is what we grew up on.
Exactly.
So we want this as bad as you want the North Stars branding, which you get.
And I think minority opinion to me, like since Monday, I've seen all that stuff going around where they need to make these reverse retros full time, even their full time home jersey. Yeah. I'm very against that. Actually,
and that's Kevin Weeks' fault. He kind of stirred the pot a little in Minnesota by throwing out. He basically said, I know a guy who says that these might be the Wild's new jerseys next year, and Russo has denied it like 4 different times. People keep asking him.
But people, and I feel like that's actually not going to happen. I think with Russo confirming that, but the fact that people are like fully adamant, like this should be like a full-time home jersey. I'm like, they're awesome fucking jerseys. They're great. They're great for reverse retro to come out once in a while. Maybe they could be an alternate, but to be like a full-time home jersey, I just think totally disrespects the fact that the Wild franchise in itself, the forest green with the red and the white, is fucking amazing.
It is.
That's unique to the Wild.
The red sucks.
Yeah, I wouldn't be opposed to a red jersey if it wasn't like the same exact red one they came out in 2005. Remember what the Wild one?
Worst jersey ever.
It needs to be more of like a scarlet red, like a darker red than like a bright red.
I didn't hate those jerseys as much as other people were. But I think they could come out with a red jersey, but maybe a different logo. Maybe put the Wild logo on there or something like that on a red jersey. Or I don't know if they would do a combination. Remember the ones they came out with like 10 years ago, like during the Bugard era of like it just said Minnesota across.
Yeah,
like those ones were kind of cool, unique, but. I don't know.
I'll throw this one out there. The Wild should have anything with that jagged M.
Yeah.
As their new alternative jerseys for next year. I don't care what the color scheme is, whether it's our current color scheme. You could even do that with the North Star colors, the old color scheme. That jagged M is awesome. I think really any way we can involve an alternate logo, I think I'm in for. I don't think the color scheme is as important to me. I guess make it different enough from the current home jerseys. But, I mean, I've seen some mock-ups. I think Connor Beaupre, the E-Bug, who's a good friend of ours, he tweeted out a picture of a mock-up today of the reverse retro current colors with that M logo, and it made my pants tight.
Well,
it did.
It looked very similar to the M they had on like that jersey I just mentioned that they had the Minnesota cross. But it's just that M.
It's just the M,
enlarged M,
right?
And it looks really cool with the stars in it and stuff. It's really cool.
Let's fuck with that.
I think that would be. I think someone should try to do a mock-up. Maybe we could talk to Bupes or Marlowe if they could do a mock-up on the old original Wild design, like green or white.
Yeah,
I think that'd be really cool.
I like that.
I don't know. Let's do something.
It's a good debate.
I do just hope they don't go back to that. I don't think they would go back to that red, but it's like we did that. We've been there. We've done that.
Yeah,
Let's move on.
They had that red for a while.
Kind of reminds me of Parisian Suitor for whatever reason. I think of that.
Yeah, I think they introduced that jersey in like 04, 05, but they had it into the early years of Parisian Suitor. Yeah. So and that was right around when they were signed here, and they had all this hype and
that's
everything.
What I'm saying.
And so I don't know.
Leave it in the past.
Yep.
All right, the next one on here. The cold weather has me feeling blank.
Great. I actually love winter. I'm like naturally like I get hot easily.
Well, I mean like these negative 10-degree days. Really?
I don't hate them. Like I said, I love summer, but I get hot super easily.
Throw you in the chair.
Yeah, I knew you. Like no one else will have this take, but I don't know. I like winter, and it doesn't bother me at all.
You know, you can. We'll have you do the next time the Wild make a West Coast trek. If there is one in the winter still, we'll have you do the next one where you pass out in the snow like I did.
Let's do it.
Shovel you on it.
I'm in.
I was actually gonna jump off the roof, but we ran out of 9:00 games.
Yeah. So. For a while, I think we're done. Actually,
that would I would prefer that. Mm-hmm. The West Coast games suck, especially the one. Remember the one that was on at like 10 against Vancouver?
Yeah, that was brutal.
Yeah. Oof. All right.
That sucked.
Jake, this cold weather has me feeling blank.
I mean, I agree with Cam. I really do love the winter and the activities, but if I'm going to go with just these negative temps we've had recently, like negative 15, negative 20, it has me feeling like the Sahara Desert. I'm dry. True. I'm cracking.
Yeah, I'm cracking too.
I get really bad dry skin on my head. Not as bad as when I was younger, but my lips get fucking chapped. They get fucking red when I put like chapstick on them, and it looks like I have fucking lipstick on sometimes. And it's
how chapped were you after Saturday?
I was very chapped.
So my lips were my lips have been very chapped this entire winter. Which, by the way, I have heard a theory. I don't know if this is true, that like your lips get addicted to chapstick and that they almost need them. It's almost better for you to just heal without it. I don't know if that's true or not. But
fuck that.
Fuck that.
Yeah.
But anyways, so I had basically worked up my lips back to almost normal come Friday, and then it just went right back in the tank after this weekend. Yep. So like they had gotten progressively better every day to the point where going into last weekend, my lips were basically back to normal. And then I sat outside of hockey day, and they were destroyed on Sunday. Yeah,
they were bad on Sunday. Then the week before, for whatever reason, they got really bad when we did like the boot hockey classic, because I think we, inside the X was fine, but you're sweating and shit, and you go outside. We walked to Tom Reed's, and then we walked outside, and that doesn't help. And then we went outside again that Sunday when we went to Tom's Watch Bar, and my lips were so chapped. And that's the one thing that bothered. It's not necessarily the cold in itself. I am like a hot person like Cam. I'm hot. But anyway, but the fucking dry skin sucks.
Chapstick is listening to this right now, just eating it up.
Yeah, they're like, oh yes, throw them money,
throw them ads.
Yes,
Facebook, Google,
someone. Yeah.
I do love winter too. Like Cam, I'm not shitting on you. I'm just saying this -10 is I can't do it. So this cold weather has me feeling like a very inside person. When it's below 0, unless I have something like hockey day to go to, I don't really go outside at all. Don't go for walks. We haven't really been able to play hockey. It just has me feeling cooped up. I'm stuck in here, and I'm cracking. I'm cracking too. Yeah. I'm not even going out there, and I'm fucking cracking.
Yeah.
There's not enough lotion in the world or chapstick in the world. Here comes some ads, by the way. But I'm not enough chapstick or lotion in the world for days like these last few days.
Yeah, this cold sucks because like the winter activities that make us love winter, like whether it be skating or skiing and snowboarding, is also brutal to try to do in this shit. And you literally, it's horrible to try to do it. Then you feel like if you're like skating and you're breathing really heavily, like, oh my God, it feels like you're like breathing in fucking knives.
Yeah.
And it's, it
hurts.
It hurts your lungs.
Your chest gets tight.
Yes.
All right, let's go back to NFL. Sean Payton. So the big news today: Sean Payton is now a Denver Bronco. What did they just pay him money?
No,
the Broncos
trade.
What do they have to trade? They don't have picks left, do they?
Ask the question, and then it actually goes towards my point.
Okay. Sean Payton will blank in Denver.
I hate Sean Payton with all my heart, especially after he mocked the skull chant. He's a scumbag. And the
2010 game.
Bounty Gate,
yeah.
I think he's gonna succeed because he's good, and Russ actually hot take, he's actually not bad. It's just Hackett sucks.
Yeah.
But it has to be within the next 2 or 3 years when they have a window, because they don't have any more picks. They traded away a shit ton of them for Russ, and then now they just traded a first-round pick and a couple other picks for Sean Payton.
In 2040?
2023, they still had one.
Oh.
Wait, did they actually traded for Sean Payton?
Yeah, you have to, because Sean Payton retired under contract with the Saints.
Oh.
So no matter who he agreed to sign with, it had to have technically been a trade with the Saints.
That's a great deal for the Saints.
So what did they give to the Saints?
I don't have the actual terms, but I know it included a 2023 first-round pick, and then there was maybe 2 other picks. Let me pull it up here.
Look it up.
Well, is there like a term, I don't know what the term would be, like a statute of limitations, like how long after he retires, or is he always?
No, I'm pretty sure he's always, because that was the whole thing with Kelvin Johnson. He was when there was talks about him coming back, it would have to be a trade because technically he's still under contract with the Lions.
Wow,
jeez.
Because they're probably getting paid from their pension or whatever.
Well, those years, say he retires with 3 years left on his contract, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh yeah, you're right.
That's frozen.
You're
because
right.
He's not actually on.
Damn.
See. So. Okay. Denver's 2023 first-round pick and next year's second-round pick for Sean Payton and a 2024 third.
That's crazy.
Well, it's safe to say if this doesn't work, the Broncos are mega fucked.
That's what I'm saying.
They were already kind of fucked.
I know.
They're mega fucked
They
now.
gave up
Like
a lot for
they actually
Russell.
do have good weapons.
They do.
If Russ can figure it out, they have great weapons, and their defense is okay. To where, that's what I'm saying. I think he will succeed, but it's only within the next 2 or 3 years, unless they do some trade for more picks because they don't have any.
They could just start trading Dangerwich sandwiches for players.
Oh, let me
There's probably a lot
Dangerich.
of those sitting around.
You see Sean and Russell Wilson commercials together. That would be disgusting.
Dude, Jake, what do you think? Sean Payton will blank in Denver.
Sean Payton will in Denver. No, I mean he will cheat in Denver.
Yeah.
He'll cheat his way into being a dick and winning something. Just because, he is a fucking scumbag. He did that shit with the Skull Chan and the Minneapolis Miracle game, which he got what he deserved. And 2 years later, we actually beat him in New Orleans in overtime, which was great. But that 2010 game, I still think about that game. His highlights still come up. The fucking hits they put on Brett Favre and the shit that he just got suspended for a year or whatever it was, like, it's such bullshit. Like, he almost should have been out of the league for a long time for that. And fuck him.
I think a better combination would have been Sean Payton and Mac Jones, because Mac Jones loves diving at people's knees.
Yeah, you're right.
When he throws picks, there's evidence that Mac Jones just tries to make these dirty tackles because he's pissed off. And Sean Payton would encourage it.
He would. He would.
A beautiful marriage.
You might see Russell do that.
It sucks because growing up, like as a little kid, like you always had other teams that you liked. Like I always liked the Broncos a lot, with like back in like the DeMarcus Ware, Brandon Marshall days. But now, like I think I might hate the Broncos because of Sean Payton.
Yeah.
Well, I think people started hating them this year too with Russell Wilson. The process started.
I actually didn't. That didn't like make me hate them.
Well, no, I'm
But
just saying for a lot of people
did,
got very annoyed by the Russell Wilson, like, being full of himself and all that shit, and then seeing them go to shit. Like, people were starting to dislike them, and now it's those people that feel that way, which isn't necessarily myself, but they're going to definitely fucking hate him now.
Yeah.
With all their heart.
I have Sean Payton will be funnier than Kevin James in Denver.
Yeah, okay.
For those who forgot, there's a Netflix movie about Sean Payton that's played by Kevin James, and that's goofy enough. And then you pair him with Russell Wilson, specifically 2022-23 Russell Wilson. He's never been weirder in his life than he is now with all the shit he did in Denver. You're just putting two very interesting people together who have been around for a while and who have achieved a lot, you could say. At least maybe, 2 Super Bowls between them, I guess, between a quarterback and a coach. Plenty of playoff appearances. But it's gonna be weird, Sean Payton was the hot commodity in terms of coaching this year. It was Harbaugh too, but then he's like, I'm going to go back to Michigan where the parents fondle the girlfriends of their sons or whatever. He's going to be back being part of that. But Sean Payton in Denver I think it's going to be just funny. I think just you just have 2 characters up there now. Mm-hmm. And 2 very unlikable people around the league. I think it's just going to make everything better. Not in terms of skill, but just in terms of the memes. I think it's only going to get better.
That is true.
Especially if they do start losing games.
Yeah.
If they like last year, which I don't know, probably won't happen as bad as it was this year. But if they do, it's going to be even funnier than last year.
It's going to be even a bigger disaster.
Sean Payton. Because then Nathaniel Hackett like, oh, okay, well, this might be expected with this kind of no-name guy. With Sean Payton and Russell Wilson, if they start losing, it's going to be funny.
And as we mentioned, like if it doesn't work, they are super fucked. They're not going to be good for a long time.
They're kind of like the Rams going to be good again even.
Yeah,
like I mean, Stafford comes back healthy, but they gave up a fucking lot just to win it last year.
Yep.
So.
That's what it takes.
Who knows?
That's what it takes. While we're sticking to football, we have blank will win the Pro Bowl. The Pro Bowl is this weekend. It's flag football, right?
Yeah, and then a bunch of the games.
Isn't there games out? Isn't there like skills contests that don't involve football this year? Didn't I
longest
hear
drive.
There's like a golf. Yeah.
Longest
drive. Who do we think's gonna win that?
I don't know who's involved.
I don't even know. I'm just gonna say NFC because they have Justin Jefferson and the AFC doesn't.
Yeah.
Is Kirk Cousins playing?
I don't know if he made it. Did he?
Did he? I thought he made it.
I think he did.
I think he made it.
Yeah, he made it.
Yeah.
Well,
So
think about
NFC's
this,
winning.
though.
Yeah.
AFC's got all the Bengals players now. Got Joey Ice.
Do they have Jermaine Pratt? Oh, is that too soon?
Oh.
Jermaine Pratt,
the linebacker that fucked him.
Oh
yeah.
Right. They have that's right. They have Eli Apple though, unless he's going to Cancun.
No, Jermaine Pratt's the one
Eli.
that got pissed. Osai is the one that fucked him.
Osai is the one who did it. Yeah, maybe not. Well, you can't get any late hits. You just pull the flag too late, maybe.
What channel is the Pro Bowl games on?
Golf Network.
Yeah, on Golf Network
It's on
and ESPN.
ESPN the Ocho.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like.
2023 Pro Bowl.
Yeah, well, I'm curious.
You know, I always love betting on the Pro Bowl, though. It's one of my favorite betting days of the year.
Are they going
next to the hot dog contest?
Are they going to allow betting lines to open up for the flag football game?
I bet they will. Here's everything you need to know about the 2023 Pro Bowl.
Is that on
my
ESPN?
God, I wonder how many clicks this article has. Peyton Manning's the head coach.
And so is Eli.
And so is Ray Lewis, a murderer.
Oh,
really?
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
NFC, DeMarcus Ware. So skills competition breakdown. So yeah, there's dodgeball.
Yes.
Oh yeah, I heard
That's
about
actually
that.
electric.
Lightning round. I'm guessing is that
Basketball.
Is it like literally lightning in basketball?
3-part elimination challenge
goodness.
that will leave. Lightning round. I'm not quite sure what's going on there. Oh, no, that's attempting to catch punts from a jugs machine. And then there's longest drive, precision passing, which we've seen. Best catch presented by Uber Eats. Not just the best catch, but it's presented by Uber Eats. By the way, if you ever Uber Eats enough food, you'll never end up like the guys catching the ball because you'll be weighed down by all the weight.
True.
But, whatever, man. Let's just get weird. It's the Pro Bowl. I love it. I'm glad we stopped doing tackle because it just got worse and worse every year. So who knows? Maybe this flag football thing will just re-energize what the Pro Bowl should be.
Yeah, I think people have been talking about this for years, that it should just go to a flag football game and it might be more competitive.
Well, you see, I know they've done it the past couple of years, but the old videos of the skills competitions from the Pro Bowl back when Brett Favre,
early 2000s.
They were the best.
I know. Yeah. I can't believe they got rid of all that.
Yeah.
And I know they still had some of it, but they seem to put a lot more work into the crazy throwing and passing competitions and all that stuff, and they would bring out the old quarterbacks too, even retired quarterbacks like Peyton Manning will probably get involved in some of this. The festivities.
It's because now they want good clips. It's all about clips, Jake. It's engagement.
Ratings.
It's 2023.
Ratings. No one gives a shit. It's going to be funny when in a few years they keep doing flag football, let players start tackling, and then people are going to be like, we need them to have a tackling game now.
Yeah, people are going to say this year's
going to
too
bring
soft.
It back. Yeah,
it's too soft.
It's going to just go back.
We're going to escalate to two-hand touch, then it's going to be wrap, and we're going to be back into just total tackling.
It's going to be a revolving door.
All right, the final one on here. 10K takes will go blank in the Minnesotan Cup this Saturday. So if you don't know what that is, we played in it last year. It's an outdoor hockey tournament in Scandia presented by the Minnesotan. We have fielded a team this year. GM Jack Bossman did recruit Connor Beaupre.
I think isn't Bill? You're the head coach. Is Bill Guerin
that's
GM?
Right. Bill Guerin is GM. I'm head coach. But yeah, Billy G was able to get
in coordination with Billy G.
Yeah, we were able to get Connor the e-bug for the XL Energy Center. By the way, an e-bug played, I think, a few nights ago.
With who?
Was it the Edmonton Oilers? I think it was a guy for a local college there who got to go in for a little bit.
They serve a purpose, man.
Yeah.
You need them.
I think they only had one goalie, and they wanted to rest him or something. Okay. They were up 7-3.
Okay, yeah, that's
the Oilers
perfect.
were. I think it was against the Canucks or something.
But Canucks.
Anyways, so we're playing this Saturday. I think it's a guaranteed 3 games.
Mm-hmm.
Guaranteed, get it? Because Bill Guerin's the GM.
Guaranteed.
Yep.
You know it when Bill Guerin's our GM.
We have 7 coaches showing up in matching
jumpsuits. And I think each of them will know by Saturday we'll have a role.
Yep. So I think we have
yelling at somebody.
We have a fighting coach, even though fighting is not allowed.
Face-off coach, offsides coach.
Dumping the puck in deep coach, strength and conditioning coach.
Yep. Strength and conditioning coach. That's interesting.
Even though,
that guy sucks at his job.
Yeah, that guy. I already know he sucks at his job, whoever it is, because we're not going to be well.
No, I've already fired him before the tournament.
Yeah, it's not going to be good.
Record predictions, Cam, go.
As part of the coaching staff, I do have the utmost confidence in my team, so I'm going to say 0-3.
0-3.
Oh yeah.
We did win a game last year. We did go 1-2 last year.
Did you guys play a bunch of people that were like 95?
There was there may or may not have been a team with older gentlemen on it that we may or may not have beat.
That team did have like 5 young guys on the team that were really good.
Didn't their goalie have his blocker in his wrong hand?
He had the pads on wrong.
Oh, jeez.
But we did kick their ass. But after that first game, I didn't think we were going to win another game, and we beat them.
Also, last year we had to play 3 in a row.
Yeah, we had to play 3 in a row.
Yeah, you guys were tired.
This year we have it more spread out. We have a friendlier schedule.
We play at 8 a.m. That's not friendly.
That's the only bad part is we play at 8 a.m.
Yeah, but as long I like playing games early, It'll be fine.
What is
It'll be fine.
I didn't know the
Next
rest
game's
of the
at
schedule.
10:30.
8, 10:30, and what?
And then
It's up in the air because it depends on how we
that's
do.
bracket play. So, and I think we're guaranteed bracket play, but the next game might not be till 3 after that. But we'll have time to have a break. Last year, it was literally we played like the 2 last group play games on the schedule, which means we didn't get there super early, but that sucked because we played back-to-back games, and then we were the first bracket play game.
Back to back.
We played like 3 back-to-back.
Yeah.
That's like you don't want it to be too much of a break though, because everyone's just gonna get shit faced.
Yeah, that's what I'm scared about. But I'd rather have this than last year. Last year was brutal.
Yeah.
Not having that break but whatever.
Wait, alcohol? No, we're gonna be drinking protein shakes, Cam.
Yeah, what are you talking
about? How
about?
serious this
And
organization
Mountain Dew.
takes sports.
But I think I'll try to hold back a little bit. But there's gonna be some people that are gonna be just pounding beers between games. Well, it's you could call this beer league tournament almost. Yep. So who cares?
I think I need to re-up clipboards. If there's 7 of us, we need to do some synchronized clipboard breaking when we allow goals.
We might need 100 clipboards.
We might need hundreds of clipboards.
Yeah, I'm scared.
If you know a clipboard manufacturer, please let me know. Jake, your record prediction?
I think we're gonna go 1-1 in the group play. Because we have 2 games, and I think we're gonna win a game in bracket play. But then we're going to get eliminated in that second game in bracket play. So I'm going to say 2-2, and that might be very, very, very generous, but I just want to be a little confident with Connor Bupre.
Jake, do you have a good feeling about this weekend?
No.
The Zooch bit?
The Zooch bit from last week.
Zooch.
From last week.
Boys, I just looked at the other team. I just walked by their locker room. We're going to be okay.
Yeah, I'm like, you took a glance at them?
Like, you looked at them.
Well, first off,
let's talk about them.
First off, it's going to be interesting because we share a locker room with. Remember, they have one big locker room at this facility or whatever. But yeah, I have a good feeling about this, boys. If he says that on Saturday, if he shows up at fucking 7:30 in the morning when we got to be there for the first game.
No one's going to feel good on Saturday at 7:30.
And half the team, I'm not going to call it names. Eli, people who haven't skated. It'll be some of these people's first time skating.
No, Eli's going to show up. I was in the North Loop last night. I'm hungover as fuck.
There's going to be people who are going to be hungover, and some people who haven't skated in over a year, maybe since last year we were in this, and it's going to be an 8 a.m. game. So if Zooch tells me, I have a good feeling about this, boys. I'm going to be like, well, we're done. We should just probably pack up and just leave or stay here and drink and maybe just forfeit our games in the tournament if he says that, because he did kind of say he didn't have a good feeling at the boot hockey tournament that morning, and we ended up actually having one of our best, most successful outings or sport outings as an organization. So
4th of 12, that has to be our goal. We have to try to take 3rd place at the Minnesota Cup if we want to be exponentially growing.
I'm just scared, dude. There's going to be some good teams in this thing. There's some
we might be in trouble.
Even some of the older guys, they know what they're doing. And
all right, I'm gonna, based on the roster, based on last year, I'm gonna predict 1-1 in pool play as well.
Mm-hmm.
Are there ties?
I thought there was a rule where there is no ties. I think there are.
Yeah. Okay.
Even in group play.
I'll predict 1-1. I kind of like yours the best though. I think we win the first one, lose the second one.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm gonna disagree with that.
Because with the spacing of it's not no one gets shit faced.
I got a feeling, boys.
I got a good feeling, but I definitely think that's a little. I got a good feeling about this, but I definitely think that's a little generous because I could totally see us going out there and some of our guys are going to be decent. Some of our guys are going to be really lacked in conditioning. I think ultimately our entire roster is made up of guys who have played hockey most of their life.
I think our prediction is more of a goal.
It's a goal. Go 2-2.
I think
go 500.
I think realistic. It's one. It's
probably 1-3.
1-3. Or
1-2.
1-2.
That would be the case like last year. I mean, because it's.
Just send it.
I just say full send. We got Connor Bupre in net.
Got 7 coaches.
We got 7 coaches. It's an upgrade from I think 2 last year.
1. Technically, it was just me, and then Bubba was kind of lingering around.
And then I think Donnie, our host boy Donnie, showed up when his grandpa's or an old jacket set up too, but he was just pounding fireballs. So, but we'll have 7 coaches there in the matching tracksuits, so maybe it'll boost confidence. Like you said, you got to look good to play good. So
that's what it's all about.
I don't even know if we're gonna have our jerseys.
No, it doesn't sound like they're gonna be here in time.
Shit, we were supposed to have these beautiful jerseys ready for Saturday, and that would have boosted our confidence. I'll blame that if we lose.
I think it came with matching socks too.
Did it?
Yeah.
Oh shit,
it's really a tough look.
Well, I have Yeah, we're gonna.
Pick up some practice jerseys at Total Hockey.
I'm worried there's a couple people that aren't going to show up with equipment because based on
they might show up to the wrong park.
They show up to the wrong park because as of last conversations we had last week, skating with a couple people, we're not going to call names. Coming up to me. Wait, we need equipment? Yeah.
Oh God.
We need equipment, and that scared the living shit out of me. Oh, they call offsides? Yeah.
Yeah,
it's a tournament.
Yep.
I mean, it's you're supposed to go out there, have fun, and drink, but we don't want to be dead after half a game.
Let's just hope the breaks do us well.
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping for. Honestly,
that is something that's different this year in a good way.
Mm-hmm.
It can be a bad way depending on your personal behavior, but
just hopefully we're gonna have a strict curfew Friday night with the team, and get out there by I would say 7:30 at the latest probably to get ready and get shit going.
There'll be a video that comes out about that one too, I promise.
But if you want to come out and watch us, you don't certainly have to come out and watch us for the 8 a.m. game if that's too early. But we'll be playing at 10:30 and then for sure in mid afternoon. So come up to Scandia, just literally map Scandia, and it's a small town. You'll go right by the rink and you'll see it. It's Scandia Town Rink or whatever.
There's like a bar, a church, and a rink.
Yeah, and they have a cool, like at least last year they had a cool little tent set up. You know, not as big as the the Hockey Day Minnesota, getting it mixed up, but they had a bar in there and stuff, and they have a bar in town called Meister's, I think, where back in the day Bubba did a food eating challenge or something.
Right.
So
that's right.
But it's a fun town. It's a fun experience. Come up, support us, bring a sign, or come up there and tell us to fuck off. I don't care.
Yep. Well, that just about does it for another episode of It's a Bit, folks. Thanks so much for tuning in and listening. Remember to buy your tickets for the final 10K Cup Snake at the Wild game on February 15th. You can get the tickets using the link in our pinned tweet or the link in any of our bios on social media or our website, 10ktakesmn.com, where you can also read some awesome blogs. Make sure to listen to the other pods. We just thank you guys so much for supporting us as always, and we'll see you next week.